What's up, suckers? Time to learn about sex.
It might be a hot take because people are like, "This is the best movie in the whole series."
Oh, golly gee. Why do I speak?
That's such a David excuse. That's the most David excuse I've ever heard in my life.
Oh no.
I'll give it to Cameron. He looks like he wants it.
I'm gonna get ready to lick. That's it. Who told me to shut the F up?
So you want to bring my mother into this? It's gonna be like Trump being like, "Look at my African American," and then the beat drops, and I'm like, "Hello, beautiful people." God damn it, David.
I
actually
anticipated it.
You're actually insane.
So, okay.
Shut the fuck up.
I feel like I want that in the intro.
Facts.
It's David bloopering it.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back. You are listening to episode 15 of the Unboxing Life podcast. I'm Cameron, and I'm here with my three co-hosts. We have a semi-pro bird trainer, Alex.
What's going on, everybody?
The world's greatest dad, it's David.
Hey, kiddos.
And releasing a new video on his ASMR channel called Eating Soup in 240p tomorrow at 10 p.m. It's Trevor.
Hey, baby, what's good?
Hey.
How we doing today, buddy?
That was worth the wait for sure.
Yeah,
doing good.
we're doing well because of that. We're the Unboxing Life podcast.
Oh shit!
Welcome,
I
everybody.
gotta start the stopwatch because I'm a semi-professional podcaster.
There you go. Start the stopwatch.
Yeah, that, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I wanna do
Oh.
tradition last. So.
Oh,
What do
okay.
y'all go?
I guess I can go first. Okay.
Doing track of the week first. I think this is the first time.
Yeah, this is the first time. Hey, let's go.
The track.
All
Give it
right.
to him.
Give me that, daddy.
My track of the week, I just figured I'd do it related. Okay, I figured I'd do it related to the album we're gonna talk
Okay.
about. My track of the week is "Run the Jewels" by Run the Jewels off Run the Jewels.
Wow,
The first song off Run the Jewels' first album.
that's
entitled-
dope.
Yeah, it's a bit of a throwback to 2013. This song is in Baby Driver, if you didn't know, for like 5 seconds.
Oh,
Yeah.
One of my
Yep.
favorite movies for sure.
Dope movie, yeah. It's
When
just
does it play,
hard.
do you know?
It's when they're driving past the diner where Deborah works, and like he turns the radio on, and then turns it down at like one second. Yeah. It's like run, you just hear it.
That's dope.
The beat is super dope. I feel like the beat's been used in other stuff because it's just so well produced. But that's your intro to Run the Jewels, I guess. That's where they
Dope.
popped on the scene. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. We're
Uh,
gonna be talking about them later.
yes, Run the Jewels 4 later in the podcast.
Yes.
Stay
All right.
tuned. Yeah.
Hit us with your dad joke, motherfucker.
All right. I got a question for Cameron. This one's for Cameron. So,
What is good, my fellow man?
yeah. Let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to eat a clock?
No.
Oh god.
No.
No.
Well, it's very time consuming.
I do it. I fucking
Okay,
do it.
yeah.
It popped in my head like 1 second before.
Time consuming. That's pretty good.
You said they would get better.
That's not
It
bad. If it was like it
That was
takes
good.
too much
I like
time, that wouldn't be. Yeah, but time consuming. I'm down with it.
Alrighty.
It's pretty perfect.
Oh, off the heels of that one, you want to give us
Yeah.
the fire fact of the week, mother trucker?
So aggressive today.
I'm sorry.
Who hurt you?
A lot of people.
Dang.
Oh, that's not great. Anyway, hello, darkness. All right, so my fun fact of the week is there is a phenomenon in the UK called TV pickup, in which there are predictable, simultaneous increases in power usage across large areas. TV pickups occur during breaks in popular television programs and are a surge in demand caused by switching on millions of electric kettles to brew up cups of tea or coffee. So
Dang.
during primetime TV shows, like 8, 9 at night, whatever, like during commercial break, like so many people get up at the same time and turn on their electric kettles that it causes power surges. And so since this happens, they have the power companies or power company, I don't know how, whatever. They have, the power company has a team in place which predicts the increase and the increase in demand and preemptively meets it with an increased supply to prevent power outages.
Dang.
That is pretty litty.
So they have to have their, like,
it's kind of.
they have to have their hand on the dial during like primetime television.
Dang.
Hey man, sometimes you just need your tea.
Yeah,
That's true.
like tea time. Indeed.
Dude, they drink so much tea.
I drink tea. I drink a good amount.
Yeah, bro. I like
I
tea.
had sweet tea yesterday. Made me pee like a motherfucker.
Dope.
Dope. Peeing is
Dude,
dope.
I used to drink the Amazon sweet tea that came in like the big ass gallon bottle.
Arizona.
Yeah, the sweet tea they have.
Amazon.
Amazon. Did I say?
Amazon sweet tea.
Wow. I'm sorry. God damn. I don't know where my brain was. Holy shit.
Thanks for losing us
funny.
that sponsorship, you idiot.
Arizona sweet tea. Thank you, Alex. I used to drink that like every fucking day. Like that was my drink. And like at a certain point I would pee like 8 times a day. And I was like getting so worried that I had like bladder cancer that I was just like,
God.
hey yo, like why am I peeing this much? I pee every hour and this is nuts. And I just like I realize that it's a diuretic and it makes you pee. So
Oh yeah.
that and coffee and a few other drinks.
Oh yeah. When I have coffee, I am a freaking tube from my mouth to my
Oh my god.
anus, bro.
Anus?
I'm an empty hole when I drink coffee.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. So many people have said that in way better ways than you just
Yeah.
did.
That should be your bio on Grinder.
Oh
I'm-
man.
on
Jesus
Grindr. Yeah.
Christ.
I couldn't have.
Me too.
I did.
You know what?
Yeah. Huh?
You know
I
what?
don't even know
Tea is a diuretic. That is true, but it's not abnormal for you to go to the bathroom like once every hour. Like I think when you go to the bathroom like less than 45 minutes every 45, that's when it's like technically like medically abnormal.
Dang.
Yeah, but I mean, it was to the point where I was like,
No, for
I would
sure.
pee
Just a
and
fun
then, like,
fact.
yeah, and then like 20 minutes later, I'm just like, I gotta pee again. And it was like, it wasn't like some little shit. It was like a whole full bladder.
Oh wow.
Chill
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Medical Alex facts, and then
My body got
That's
rid of
good.
them toxins. Sports captain.
nice. All right.
All right, so I'll hit y'all with my quote, which is another song lyric, because I'm
Let's
done
go.
with quotes.
Bad
Quotes
boy.
suck.
Oh, okay.
So this is another reference to the album that we're gonna be talking about later in this episode.
Ooh baby.
Ooh, baby. And it's on A Few Words for the Firing Squad, which is the last track on RTJ 4. And it's off the last verse of Killer Mike. And he says, "This is for the do-gooders that the no-gooders used and then abused. For the truth tellers tied to the whipping post, left beaten, battered, and bruised. For those whose body hung from a tree like a piece of strange fruit. Go hard. Last words to the firing squad was fuck you too." That shit is so fucking
That's
hard, dude.
one of the hardest
Yeah.
lines of the freaking year. Let's go. I absolutely, yeah, dude.
The way
Not-
it goes with the bop of the song too. He's like fuck you too, and it like it's
Yeah. It just yells it. Oh my god.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. We're gonna get into that.
I can't wait to talk about
Yeah. Such a good. Thank
it.
you,
It's
bro.
such a good intro to the discussion, but we have to wait because we're gonna
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about it for 40 minutes, and we need to get to other things. It's a
For sure,
jam-packed episode this week, so
Yeah, we're gonna have, and if you're just tuning in, we're gonna have a beat battle later, and or a beat showcase or whatever. Trevor's finished Harry Potter. About to get into that, but before that, Trevor and Alex are sharing their thoughts on some movies? Question mark.
Yeah. So I'll tell my story because it's not as
Alright.
funny as Alex.
Okay.
So I was with Rocio yesterday. She just got into her advertising major. Like she had to write a whole essay on it, and she got accepted. So we were just like celebrating we went to this place called Metro Diner and had dinner.
Congrats, Rocio.
Yeah. Congratulations. That's dope.
I guess it's like a 50% acceptance rate. Like you have to like write this whole essay on a prompt they give you, and she was really
That's
happy
dope.
about it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we went
Good
to
for
dinner
her.
and then we went to dinner and then we went to UCF to like go study and whatnot. And as we were walking past the big lawn that's out in front of the arena, we saw this like stage with a big ass projector screen, and it was like, "Hey yo, we're showing Hocus Pocus at 8:00," and it was like 7:15 at the time. And there's like it's a huge lawn. Like people go there to play like soccer and throw the frisbee and shit. So there's like a whole bunch of people waiting there for the movie, and we walk by and we're like, "You want to watch that?" Like, I'm like, "Sure." So we did like a spontaneous date night later and sat in the grass and watched Hocus Pocus. That was the first time I ever watched it. I enjoyed it. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Have you guys seen Hocus Pocus?
No, I
I
don't
think
so.
I've seen
Okay.
it once, and I found
It's
it
super
unremarkable.
90s.
I've
Corny.
seen it.
It's
Yeah.
super corny, but it was enjoyable. I had a
Yeah,
good
David?
few laughs on it. Yeah, it was. It
It's
was like,
cheesy.
yeah, it was really cheesy, really cheesy.
I can sort of get down with that sometimes. but,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's like, bruh, he's like, my name's Ice, and then he turns around, he's got ice on his head.
yeah. The bully, dude.
Yeah, the bully,
my
he's got
God.
ice on his head. It's
They called him Hollywood because he was from LA.
What the heck?
It was funny as hell. There's a few good bits in there for sure, but it was a little painful to get through. But I
Yeah.
enjoyed it, like regardless.
what parts did you think was painful?
Just like, I don't know, the witches. Like I didn't like the chick with red hair, the one with the pursed lips that has
Mhm.
like the buck teeth.
The
She was
main
super
one.
annoying. Yeah, the main one. Yeah. Sarah Jessica Parker's in it, and she plays
Yeah.
the dumbest bimbo in the fucking world, dude. Oh my god! Like she has like maybe 4 lines, and the rest are just like facial expressions and like her just going like, eh, or you know,
Who-
shit like that. Sarah Jessica
Who?
Parker.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
a witch in the movie.
Oh yeah.
It's funny as fuck. You just because like, and she looks like she
You
did
trying to
when she
think
was
of-
in Sex and the City.
Are you trying to think of who that is, David?
No, I know who it is.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I know.
I don't know when Sex and the City came out, but she looks like just like she did when that came out. I know she's
Yeah.
getting up there in
Mhm.
age, but
I feel like it was around that. Yeah, I never liked the character that's just. I mean, yeah, that's just like dumb or whatever. Just like I don't know.
yeah, just there
A
for
lot of
comic
times.
relief.
Yeah.
But it's
Well-
like she was a fine witch, and then the other two are just
was.
ass ugly,
You're
like
right.
super
what-
ugly.
Well, they're witches. I guess they're supposed to be.
Yeah, for sure. But she wasn't like your stereotypical looking witch, like the other two were. But it was a fun movie nonetheless.
You're right. You're right.
So, do you want to give
Yeah.
us your
For sure.
shit
Speaking
on
of
that
dumb
take?
characters, speaking of stupid freaking characters, let me tell you.
Jesus Christ.
I sat down the other day, pondering to myself. I was pondering. I was
You're
like, I'm not in the Halloween spirit. You know, I need to watch something Halloween.
Mm.
Nah, that's you.
Admittedly, I haven't watched too many horror classics, you know. So I'm like, I think it was the piano. I seen like a video. I heard the piano, that shit.
Yeah, that
Classic.
was iconic.
Yeah. So then I
Mhm.
played it on the piano, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch this movie because I haven't seen it.
Subtle flex. Yeah, I just played. I heard it. And I just played it, and I went to watch the movie. Yeah. Okay.
Nah, it's not a flex. It's 2 notes,
No,
my
that's
guy.
a flex.
It's 2 notes.
Go
No, it's
ahead.
3.
3.
It's 3 notes.
All right. Yeah. But then I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch this movie. So I watched it, and oh my goodness, I was not impressed whatsoever. It was not fun. I mean, it was not fun to watch. I mean, I
Did
will
we say
give
what
it
movie
the
it was?
Halloween,
Yeah.
the first one, 1978. I do like the setting though. I mean, I haven't watched too many movies from that time, but it's like just like the cars and everything and like the aesthetic of that time. It was cool to see. It was cool to see. But
Mhm.
oh my goodness, some stupid characters. I think the freaking Michael Myers looks retarded. He has the dumbest backstory I've ever seen. It's like for those who don't know, he is like
Spoiler alert if you've never seen.
Spoiler alert, yeah, because I'm gonna get into some things, but like it's like at the beginning of the movie, but it's like his origin story is he's like a little boy, and then he just like shanks his sister, and then they're like Michael, and then it cuts to like 15 years later, and now he's
Michael.
yeah, it cuts to 15 years later, and now he's like after this other girl, but like towards the end is like the final scene, and it's like the dumbest character I've ever seen in my entire life. She like stabs him with like something, and he like falls behind her, and then she's like, "Oh no!" And then she like turns around. She like is like sitting with her back turned to him. I wonder what I'll do next. And then surprise, he gets back up and then starts chasing her again. It's just like, what are you doing? And it happens 3 freaking times. She has her back turned to this man, and then he just gets up.
Have y'all seen it?
Yes.
Yeah, and then
I've never seen it. But...
And then I wanted to see reviews to what other people think. If I'm the only one who thinks this, and then people are like, "This is the greatest movie in the series," and I'm like, "If this is the greatest movie, I'm not watching. I'm not wasting my time with the other 5."
Dang.
Come on now.
David, how'd you feel about it when you saw it?
Okay, listen, bro. I watched it on Halloween a few years ago, for sure. It's been a while, but it's a classic. Here's the thing. Look, I like this movie a lot, and it's just because a lot of horror movies like are cheesy or like have dumb characters and are badly written. I would like just
that's the whole trope of it.
Yeah, like especially nowadays and stuff. To me, it's like I feel like it kicked off a lot of that stuff and inspired it. But like
I think Scream even did that further. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Scream was also like self-aware and stuff, and
super self-aware.
Yeah, that was like in the 90s. Huh?
But yeah, but Halloween was like one of the first of this type, and it's like, you know, slasher thing. I feel like, and I just like how it's done, like practically. It's in a small town. The whole scary thing is just this dude wearing a mask. I don't know.
Mask is hard. That mask is hard.
I like the mask. Yeah, it's if you don't know, it's like a William Shatner mask turned inside out. Yeah, which is
that what
weird.
it's supposed to be? I don't know. Because it looks so dumb.
Yeah, well, it's not supposed to be. It's like they did that because they had like a $5 budget for that movie. It was like nothing.
That's true. Yeah, they did have a tiny budget.
Like
I want to say it was 250,000.
Yeah.
Which for at that time, I mean, it doesn't seems like a lot, but for a movie,
especially nowadays when like the budget for Endgame was almost 300 mil.
Well, yeah, for any movie, it's So
yeah.
I feel like it's just a solid, like, fun. I feel like it's actually pretty creepy sometimes, like when Michael Myers is like standing next to the bush, and Jamie Lee Curtis is like, "The frick's going on?" But like he doesn't attack her yet, and it's kind of just
broad
like
daylight.
Yeah, but I felt like that was scary because I don't know, if you're in your hometown and you just see some random dude, you don't necessarily think like something's off, but it's not like the dramatic horror movie thing where you're in your house at night and it's like, oh my god, he like punches through a window and like just, you know, I mean he does that too, but I like the stuff that's somewhat different and like, I don't know.
You remember in Baby Driver when they're going for the second heist, I think it was, and they're about to rob some armored truck, and they like pull their masks out and they're like, all right, everyone get their masks on, and they pull it on and like they're wearing the Mike Myers mask from fucking Austin Powers. And I told you to get the Halloween mask. This is Halloween mask. Mike Myers. This is Mike Myers.
Yeah, it's like Michael Myers or whatever. Yeah, Mike Myers.
Yeah, so they're robbing people with a fucking Austin Powers mask.
Yeah, that movie is fantastic.
I mean,
that shit was funny. I forgot about that. That was great.
Yeah,
that movie's flames.
Yeah, the movie's great. Damn.
But I understand, like it's
Halloween.
Okay, hey, bro. First of all, the theme is amazing, and
I mean, I get it kicked off a lot, and it's like symbolic and all this good stuff. But I don't know, like stupid characters in horror movies is just not for me because it's so infuriating for me to watch.
I get it. There's a lot of it's like it's old. There's like, you know, the dumb characters. There's a lot of barriers to like.
I like
nowadays.
the setting. I like the timing of it. It's a nice time period.
Yeah, I get it. I enjoy it.
It's quaint.
It is very quaint. Yes, I like that.
Quaint setting to get your fucking throat slit.
Yes, indeed.
Jesus Christ.
So,
All right. Well, let's stick on movies. We're gonna talk about some Harry Potter, baby. I finally finished the fucking series.
Hey, Trevor did it. It's that time. Yes, it's been a constant, regular update friggin' segment on this podcast.
At least up until like a month ago.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean-
yeah.
After that.
I mean, you said it's been a long time, but like, might I say, you've got through it, all of them, so fairly quickly, my guy.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
have gotten even further. I mean, I just like started, and I got like I think halfway. I think I got all the way to order before school started. So if school didn't start, I would have plowed through them in a month.
Yeah.
But
Dang.
yeah, I tried to read them and then watch the movie right after, just to, like kind of compare them. And this one was no different. It took me a while to get through Deathly Hallows. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why.
Mm.
I think I told Rocio like subconsciously I just didn't want to finish it because I would
Yeah.
be like mega depressed, and I was. That shit hit me so hard. I almost cried.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I
that,
understand that.
the way it ended, or that you like had no more Harry Potter to read.
No more Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, spoilers, I guess. But
It actually, yeah. Spoiler alert! If you never, I don't even think we spoiler alert like the past few times we talked about this, but
Yeah, I kind of gave
Yeah.
up.
yeah. I mean, it's Harry Potter. I'm like a very rare anomaly.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what were you saying?
Well, I definitely relate to the feeling you're talking about. I've had that with shows and books where you're just like
Every time,
legit just down. Yeah,
Every
for
time.
sure.
Yeah.
every time I platinum a game on PS4, I'm just like, where do I go now?
Dang.
When I finished God of War, I was like, dude, I don't even want to do anything. Like,
I feel you. You get
sucks.
attached.
You get so
Yeah.
attached.
I mean, yeah, if the characters are great, especially, it's like, well,
Last of Us
bye
2
to
is
my
a hit or
friends.
miss.
Yeah.
For real. Like you're never gonna I mean, not never. You can replay the game, but it's not the same.
Yeah. Yeah, it's helped me like realizing I can replay and re-listen and whatever the stuff is just it's nice sometimes. But
Yeah.
yeah. So what
this
I don't know.
This was like a unique situation for me at least because I had read all of this when I was 12 and I didn't remember a lick of it.
Yeah.
So it was almost like reading it for the first time again, which is super fucking enjoyable. I still recommend you reread them.
Yeah.
They're phenomenal book.
I'm gonna reread them someday.
Mhm.
I guess what do you think of Deathly Hallows first? Just
Man, I'm not gonna lie. That first half of the book is rough. It's so boring. It's because it just follows them like going across country, like hiding and shit, and it's nothing but arguments with Ron and like finding the Horcruxes. Bill and Flora's wedding, which I don't give a shit about.
fair play.
You're right.
Yeah, that's a fair take.
I
mean-
got to that chapter and I like closed it for the night, and then I didn't touch it for 3 weeks because I was like, I don't want to read about a wedding.
Yeah.
And then shit
Yeah.
pops off because they dig up Dumbledore's backstory and shit, so it's cool. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, it was really rough, and it translates to the movie. The first Deathly Hallows Part 1 is so fucking boring. It hurts, man. Nothing happens. They follow exactly like the book. Like
Dang.
there's like next to no tension. Like after they get out of the ministry, it's so boring.
Yeah.
Ah,
I think I remember
Oof.
that.
Yeah,
Dude.
I'm trying to remember where the split is between 1 and 2.
I'm sorry.
Split-
I remember the
split is-
wedding.
split is right when they go to the Malfoy Manor and then they teleport out or whatever. Dobby dies, and then
That's
Voldemort
right.
gets. And then
Yes.
Voldemort gets the Elder Wand from Dumbledore's grave.
Yeah, okay.
That's right
yeah.
when the split happens. He like throws it up and he's like, lightning! And then,
Okay, so the
Uh,
climax of that movie is them getting like caught and brought to Malfoy Manor, basically, right?
Yeah.
By
Yeah.
by the
by the
I don't even-
Snatchers.
by the Snatchers, yeah. That's
Hold
what
up.
they're called.
Can we get a
Um,
quick? Can we get a
isn't that-
quick
isn't
moment
that
of
the one-
silence for Dobby though?
No, we got to get a quick moment of silence for Dobby,
Dobby,
Lupin,
man.
Tonks, Fred, Hedwig,
Yeah.
Mad Eye
Hedwig,
Moody.
dude.
I don't know.
Hedwig, they did Hedwig so dirty.
They did.
man!
They
Fucking
did,
God,
bro.
they did her so dirty.
Facts.
Damn,
Right,
bro.
but I just
That was
remember
so
Dobby for me hit
depressing.
too hard.
It did.
Dude, I read the Hedwig
Dobby
shit.
hit too hard.
She's in a cage, like not in the movie. She flies around in the movie and like gives him
Mhm.
away. But like in the book, he's sitting in Hagrid's fucking motorcycle and he's got her in the cage. And she gets hit by the Avada Kedavra curse, like, and she just dies, like, instantly. Like, there's
Just
no
in his
remorse.
lap?
There's no, like, huh?
Just in his lap.
Yeah,
just
just
like,
dies.
Hedwig.
Like, yeah, she just dies,
Damn.
like,
in
instantly.
the movie, she at least like blocks it.
Yeah, no,
like
she
like
doesn't do that in the book.
puts her body on the line for the boy, but oh man,
Yeah.
she just gets
It's
executed
like
in the book. That's dirty.
it's even worse in the movie because she just like fucking gets tapped and then it's over. There's no like Hedwig, and then they don't mention her at all ever again.
Yeah, that's true, man. Oh man,
Yeah.
fuck.
That was rough. That was my favorite character in the whole fucking series. I love
Dang.
Hedwig, dude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, she
She's
is
so
dope.
sassy.
Yeah,
She's got
big
such an
facts.
attitude.
The best bird.
Yeah, it is. I didn't appreciate when I read it because it was like one of the first book series I read probably, but like how much death and like how sudden it can be in those books, and like especially the Deathly Hallows, like you said, it's
Yeah.
like half the freaking cast dies at the end.
Basically.
Like, jeez,
Yeah.
that was super brutal reading it, but I guess it makes sense for a war. But
No,
Is
for
it-
sure. And I was telling Rosia this, like, it's so hard to like criticize her because like there's so much shit popping off. So like people have to die. Like, that's just like how
Yeah.
it goes. But I didn't enjoy how she did the deaths just because they were like, most of them were really quick and swept under the rug. And they just felt like kind of off putting. Like they just came
feel you.
randomly. But
yeah, I feel like there's different schools of thought because we were talking about this with Sirius too. It's like it's sort of it can be a more realistic portrayal, not all the time. Sometimes it's dramatic is best or whatever, like a slow one. But it
they
is
did that
kind
with
of
Dobby. Dobby got like a full dramatic thing, like he dug the grave and shit.
They slow-moed it and everything.
I
yeah,
remember being pissed
Yeah,
about
in the
Dobby.
movie.
yeah.
Dude,
But
Dobby
it's-
did not deserve to die. And in the movie, he shouldn't have died. Like the way they
Like-
wrote it in the movie, he shouldn't have died because like
She throws
They
the
just
knife
sit-
in the portal, right?
yeah, that's
It's-
fine. But like they just literally sit there and they're like, Dobby has come to save Harry Potter, and instead of like just apparating out of there, they're just like, hey yo, Dobby is here, and it just gives them time to throw the knife. I'm like, you stupid fucking bitch.
Puts his hands on his hips like
Dude,
Yeah,
he does. He
that's-
uses the sass like he looks like All Might.
It's
that.
the
Superman.
It's like,
oh
oh
my
my.
god.
Yeah,
That is hilarious.
that's the
Nah,
fault
but-
of cinema. Everything has to be a scene. You can't just like do the realistic thing where you grab your
Just
friends and
apparate out
leave
of there,
before
yeah.
anyone can fucking like in a in a world where the TTK is 0.01 seconds. Like you just get out.
Yeah, for sure.
TK.
TTK.
Shout out to anyone that knows what TTK stands for.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think great. I think great ending though for Deathly Hallows. I love how the whole thing
No,
wrapped.
for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. She wrapped it up pretty nicely. I love there's two themes that I love. One is Harry coming to terms with the fact that he has to die. That was beautiful.
Yeah,
That was so cool reading that. Like the book, I mean
Yeah.
the movie did it kind of cool, but like the book was just so powerful. He's just like he's speechless. He has no idea like how is this gonna feel? Like his heart is beating faster, like trying to make up for lost time because he's gonna be dead. It was so powerful to read.
Mhm.
And then
yeah,
like the theme of self-hate with Voldemort being a half-blood himself and like starting wars against people that aren't pure blood.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Self-hate is huge in that book.
yeah. I've forgotten about that plot detail. Dang.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So
like his father was a muggle.
Yeah. Man.
So
What
I
were you
have
saying, Cam?
I have a rather specific question. Do you feel like you were talking about when we did Prisoner of Azkaban, which is the third book, that you feel like you had no idea what was going on? Like if you hadn't read the book, you would have had no idea what was going on. Did you feel that
Yeah.
way at all with these movies?
The Deathly Hallows movies?
Yeah. Like that there was
No.
like shit that just wasn't explained properly.
I think
Fair
they
enough.
did pretty fine.
Hmm.
I think they did pretty
Okay.
fine. I'm not gonna lie. The first movie was so goddamn boring, but when he stands up to Ron, like when they're like popping off and he's about to leave, and he finally gets sassy like Harry in the books, I was just like,
Yeah.
yes,
Oh
give
yeah.
it to him, give it to him. That guy's being a prick. I hate Ron. I fucking hate Ron. He's such a prick.
Come on, that's my ginger brother there. Guys.
Nah, he was such a twat in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God. I saw
Yeah.
you two out there in the forest walking together. Bitch! That's my friend! Let me walk with her.
But don't you gotta keep in mind that he had the Horcrux on him or whatever, and it was like
No,
exacerbating his tendencies. Or
for sure.
Oh yeah.
But still,
Dang.
it's fuck Ron. because he did that a couple times. He did that in Goblet too. Oh, the
Yeah.
attention isn't
He
on
did him
me.
dirty in the movie. That portrayal.
Ron, yeah, he's the most immature probably.
For sure, definitely for sure.
How
But yeah,
steamy was
they
that
wrapped up the
kissing
series
scene?
crazy good.
Yeah. What did you think about Snape dying and getting redeemed and everything?
I was glad because I knew it was gonna come. Like fucking Alex spoiled me on that, but
Dang.
I spoiled you?
you spoiled it because you said, "Hey yo, Harry's fucking kid is named Albus Severus Potter," and I'm like, "Bruh, why
But
would
how
you
does-
do that?"
How does that mean? How does that equate to Snape is dead?
Because
He
he
wouldn't-
hated Snape for 7 years.
Yeah.
Why would he name his kid after him?
Right.
So he had to do something. I wanted to
Yeah.
strangle Alex when that shit happened. But,
But now that
No,
you
it
know
was
it,
cool.
what do you think about that name? That's a terrible name.
I would have rather. We were talking about this, Rocio and I. Like, we think that Hagrid should have gotten his middle name.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Rubius.
Yeah.
Albus Rubius Hagrid or Potter. That would have been fire, but
That would have been a dope name, yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
No, it was cool. I liked the way they did him. Pause.
Yeah.
Like the whole like sequence when he knows that he's gonna die and he's walking to the Forbidden Forest and he has the resurrection stone on him and he brings his family back and they're like, "Hey yo, we're gonna be here. We're gonna stand by you till this." I shed a tear when I was reading that. I was like, "Damn, this shit is heavy."
Yeah. Snape. Snape is dope for real. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the battles were cool. I like that. It was cool. It was a great book. Not gonna lie. The first half was not indicative of what the second half was bringing. I'll tell you that much.
Highlight for me,
they had us in the first half.
Not gonna lie.
Molly Weasley versus Bellatrix Lestrange.
Don't
yeah.
do that to my daughter, bitch. Or something like that.
She gets the B word in for the PG-13 movie or whatever. She goes, "Not my daughter,
Dude, she
you
fucking
bitch."
Dude, she
She
murks
fucking blows her up.
Bellatrix. Dude.
Yeah, she blows her up.
Murks that bitch.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Oh my god. Yeah. That was
There were
dope.
there were so many great moments in that book, like the whole Gringotts sequence, and then like realizing that like the ride at Universal was pretty like symbolic of that. Like that was cool. I like that a lot when I realized that.
I like the character for Bellatrix in the movies, the way they portray. I love that actress.
No, she kills that shit.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
does.
for sure.
So, you were saying before that you love Neville as a character.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you feel about him now? Do you
What-
think he
what do
got
you
his
mean?
justice?
I think so.
Mm.
He killed
Yeah.
he killed Nagani.
Yeah.
Nagini.
Nagami or Nagani?
Nagini.
Nagini.
Yeah, that was dope. I love that.
Yeah.
Because
He
you were.
stands-
I guess
So sorry, where I was going with that was like you were. I thought I remembered you talking about him, like you loved him as a character when he was like in his loser phase, and like now he's like actually like all grown up and fucking destroys the last Horcrux.
It is a little off-putting to like see that, but like that's his character arc, right? So it makes
Yeah.
sense.
the ultimate glow up. For sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
For
God
sure.
dang.
Well, I mean, it also makes sense because he was the other chosen one.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Super dope. He has the sword and the sorting hat, right? Gets that sword of Godric Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Yes,
does he pull it from that in the movie?
I believe so.
I
Yeah.
thought he just like. I swear, I
I
thought he
think
just
so.
had it.
I think so.
I think
Yeah,
it
you might be
appears. I think they're like fighting and he gets knocked down and there's like a dramatic like it appears to him in the hat,
I remember
Yeah.
that in
like in a
Chamber,
pile
but-
of rubble or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, the last
Yeah,
duel
true.
was so dope. Like him just talking shit to Voldemort and just like circling the Great Hall and like, you will never be a real human. Like you have no idea what I've seen. You have no idea how to feel love. And he's like, I don't need love. I have the wand. And it fucking breaks on him and he dies. It's so good.
Dang. Yeah.
I love the bridge scene. Is that a Neville scene as well, where he's like
Yeah.
at the edge of the bridge?
You and what army? Yeah, and then they
And
get
they hug
through,
the
and
army
then
they run.
he's just like booking it.
Yeah, and they blow the bridge. Who is it? Dean Thomas that does the explosives, or they're like I'm gonna have you blow up the bridge, and he's like, you're fucking kidding. It's like Seamus Finnegan, I think. Seamus Finnegan always blows
Seamus,
stuff
yeah.
up.
Yeah, I get super hyped.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's like, "You want me to blow up the bridge?" They like,
Dang.
One thing I love is the lore of like the stone and the invisibility cloak and the elder wand. There's kind of like the lore of like the three brothers and like the death character.
Beetle
Yeah.
the Bard, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Beetle and the Bard, the Tales of Beetle and the Bard. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know. I just remember that storytelling being great when I read it. I think there's like a separate little book that she wrote about it or something like
Yeah,
that.
probably. I mean, they're in Lovegood's house, and he's like telling him the story about it. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, it was
Right.
dope.
Yeah.
Dang. Well,
Sad.
Trevor,
Big sad.
one last question. You're Harry Potter. You've just won the Battle of Hogwarts,
You got the Elder Wand though.
and you got the Elder Wand.
Hey.
You got the
Dang.
Elder Wand in your hands, and you realize you disarmed Voldemort, which means the Elder Wand is yours.
It was
What-
never Voldemort's.
What do you do? Or no,
You chuck it.
It was never Voldemort's. Yeah. It was Snape's, and you, or no,
No, it was
Dumbledore.
Draco.
I forget.
It was Draco.
Draco.
It was Draco.
Yeah.
It was
Draco
Draco.
because
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Draco disarmed Voldemort. Or,
Disarmed Dumbledore.
Jesus Christ.
well,
And then he disarms Draco, so
Yeah.
it belongs to him. What do you do?
Yeah. Oh, I snap it
You snap
without
it?
question. Oh, without question. I'm breaking that shit. I was talking.
Why?
I literally had this conversation with Rocio. Like that is a weapon of mass destruction. Dumbledore kept it for safekeeping. You know, so when he had it, nothing was happening. Like he didn't use it for harm. But look how that got him. Like he had it in his grave, and he got grave robbed. And,
yeah.
like if Voldemort had it, nah,
That
I'm
was
snapping
super
that
dumb
shit.
as well.
It's a super dope looking wand.
Like Dumbledore being buried with the wand. Like, did he
Yeah.
just think that he hid his grave that well?
No, that wasn't the point. It was just kind of to just keep it with him. Like he didn't want anyone else to have it, like because he knew of its potential.
What if
Well,
like he
I'm
put a
snapping.
spell on it where he like gets resurrected as somebody disrupts his grave and he just like fixes him up?
That would be dope.
What are you
Yeah, you
doing? What are you doing if you have it?
I don't know.
You're
I might take
taking it.
I might take it for a joyride before I
For
snap
God's
it.
sake.
Oh my
A
God.
joyride.
You know?
Power trip.
Yeah,
No.
Maybe I
it-
might try it.
It's like the
If I-
You
evil
just cast a
corrupting
few,
I don't think I'd have
just
a wand
cast a
out
few
of
dope
that.
spells, and then you're like, all right, that was dope. It's like the Hangover when they like at the end of the Hangover when they look at the pictures once and then they delete them all. It's like that. You get to do it once, and then you know, like no one will ever get that feeling, and you fucking snap it in half.
Nah, fam. I'm good. I got my
got a question
OG
for you
one
boys.
back. I'm good.
I got
Yeah.
a question.
Mhm.
I got a question. What if you guys could pick anything from one thing from the Harry Potter world? What would you have?
Just like a wand, I guess.
Let's see where this is going.
You'd have a wand?
Yeah.
If you say love potion, I'm killing.
I'm
you.
not. Nah. I'm not fucking with that.
Jesus
Yeah.
fucking Christ!
What would you take? What would you take?
I don't know. That's because there's so fucking much. Like it's like you're stupid if you don't take a wand. But I'm taking the cloak.
Cloak.
Just to
I'm
look
taking the
What
cloak.
about you, Cam?
goofy.
The cloak of I'm taking the invisibility cloak.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
not a regular cloak.
Oh, the stone might be good too.
I was gonna say the
I wouldn't want
Sorcerer's
that.
Stone, maybe, but no,
Oh,
probably
that's
not.
well, that's destroyed.
I'm talking about the resurrection stone, but yeah.
There's
Fam,
a problem.
No, I
with
would
I'm cupping
I would
myself
want the
in-
Resurrection
It brings
Stone.
people back.
I'm cupping myself a Nimbus 2000.
Oh yeah.
A fireball?
A Nimbus 2000 for me.
Fireball.
Yeah,
You
you're
get the
pussy.
fireball?
A broomstick. I'll take a broomstick.
Bro.
Doesn't
Abrams.
Yeah, bro.
matter
You can
which
pick
one.
anything. You can pick anything from the universe. My man pulls up to the car dealership. He goes, "I know that's a Lamborghini, but I want the 1998 Toyota Corolla."
Nimbus. No, Nimbus is like Audi compared to a Lamborghini or something. But still, you
Audi.
go-
I would even go there. I would be like, it's kind of like, it's a Benz to a
Doesn't-
Lamborghini.
okay.
That's not my point. My point is I take a broomstick.
Yeah, no,
That's
I'd
fair. You
say-
can fly.
I'd be down with a fireball. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'd be
Something that
scared out of my
bothers
mind
me-
though. You're on a stick of wood in the air. That would be terrifying to me.
Nah,
Yeah.
bro, but I mean, you got control of where you're going.
I guess.
Something that bothers me is they don't have like it's just a stick of wood. Like, Wouldn't that fucking like slide up your ass? Like,
Yeah, it looks
why don't they have
uncomfortable
like
as shit.
bike seats? They should have like bike seats or something.
It
Like on
definitely
the
looks
back
uncomfortable as shit.
like because they have like stirrups. They have like places for their feet, but they like otherwise they're just sitting like just on.
So then would you have to be? So would you technically be weightless on a broomstick, or are you constantly having to like balance your weight on the
You
single
definitely have to
stick?
balance. Like that's what
Yeah.
separates the good flyers from the bad.
So it should be like
Yeah.
a seat.
Yeah, but like if you like turn a little bit, you're going straight to the bottom of the wherever you're
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, that's tough.
I'd still take one.
I'm taking the
Fair
invisibility
enough.
cloak.
That's
I'll
fair.
take a wand. Yeah.
If
Huh.
a wand means I can cast like any spell that all you need is like a wand and practice to cast, then I'll take a wand. Yeah,
For sure. Well,
that should stay
Trevor,
useful.
what are your top 3 Harry
Hey.
Potter books, I guess, or whatever?
Shit. Sorcerer's Stone is my first pick by far. It's
Wow.
the OG. It's amazing.
Okay.
It started it all, and
I
it
would-
reads amazing still.
Yeah.
Huh?
I would agree.
You know what's funny is that when I was looking up tier lists just like randomly, they were putting Azkaban like up top and like Sorcerers at the very bottom of it, and I'm just like,
Wow. It's opposite of you.
It's like, what?
Azkaban is a top book for me though. It's
I have
not my number
Azkaban in
one.
my top
Az-
3. Yeah.
It's the top three.
Azkaban it's a cool book.
It's the top
like,
three.
After the last 150 pages go hamsies, like when he realized, like he learns about the Marauders map and all that. That was dope, but
Mhm.
it's kind of forgettable. The first half, I'm not gonna lie.
Dang.
I'm going Sorcerer's Chamber and Goblet.
Oh, that's solid. Yeah,
I'm going
I
those
can't-
3.
that's
Goblet is
good.
fun. Chamber's still fun. The other ones just have a little bit of fat that I could just trim. Like Order is way too long.
Mm.
Order does not warrant 870 pages, even though like Umbridge is a great character. But god damn, it's so long.
I would probably have to say Sorcerers, Azkaban, Half-Blood. That's just me though.
Show some respect to Half-Blood. I didn't particularly like dig Half-Blood that much, but I can see why people do.
Yeah, that's my least remembered one, but I think it is good. I think for me, I don't know my top. It's probably. Oh dang it! It's been so long. I'll go Order, Deathly Hallows, and Azkaban. I think
That's an interesting 3. Okay.
Chamber of Secrets
Order.
is there. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
It's either Chamber of Secrets or Order at the 3rd, probably.
I remember when
Yeah.
I first like talked to you about like rereading the books on like Overwatch. You're on Temple of Anubis, like right on that platform, and I was like, "Hey, yo, I'm rereading it," and you're like, "Yo, Chamber of Secrets is dope." And I was like,
Yeah, I know. It might be that instead of Order for the 3rd place, honestly. But it's tough. I really like Order.
Fair.
yeah, no, Order's great.
Yeah.
You can't really go wrong with any of them. I mean, they all have their strengths. But yeah,
Dang.
Sorcerers is my favorite. It doesn't even come close for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, me too. That's probably, and I think that's the most recent one I've read. I think I just picked it up a while. It's still a few years ago, but I picked up Sorcerers, and I'm like, this book is dope.
it's dude. It's fucking
It just
amazing.
establishes everything so
Dude.
well.
There's no breaks. Like it's just charming from start
Yeah.
to fucking finish. There's absolutely no low point.
Mhm.
I might fuck
Yeah.
around and reread it again just because it's so good.
Hey. Do you have one, Cameron, for the movies? I guess.
Yeah, the movie guy. I think my
Movie
favorite
guy.
movie is Goblet.
Facts.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm
All
with
the
you.
events, all the pageantry, all the big scenes, the small scenes.
I'm probably with you on that for the movies.
It's all
Yeah.
crazy good
Goblet
and
is definitely the best movie.
fun. Second, I'd probably take Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'm
if you
with
say
you.
part
Movie.
1, I'm cutting out.
I'm with you.
Part 2 is cool.
And then maybe I don't know where it falls after that. There's like a
I'm gonna fucking put Azkaban. Azkaban's my 3.
Yeah, bro.
A lot of people like that movie too, brother.
Order's
Dang.
cool. Order's a cool movie.
I love the wanted posters of Severus. He's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean serious?
Serious, yeah. Just
Oh
going
yeah, you're right.
crazy.
That's Severus. Serious.
You did the Arizona Amazon thing.
I did.
When it happens.
So yeah, that's no more Harry Potter. We moving on. I'm currently reading Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Rowell, yeah. It's a great book. It's a contemporary.
Harry Potter will
love
make a
story.
return when the game eventually comes out.
Facts! Oh, facts! Oh, dude. What's it called? Hogwarts Legacy?
I think
Yeah, I
so.
think so.
Something like that.
Dude, that shit looks so bonerific, brother.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna have a whole episode dedicated to that game when it comes out.
Oh yeah, probably multiple.
Yeah. Trevor cannot be more hyped. Yeah,
Ooh.
we are here for it.
So if
I'm
you-
definitely ready. My body is
again-
ready.
There you go.
One more PSA: if you've never read Harry Potter, please read them. You're doing yourself a disservice,
Honestly.
and I'll leave it at that.
All right. And
There
with
you
that
go.
being said, I think we
this beat battle.
I think we can move on to the beat battle. Me and David both made 2 beats again, just like episode 10. David, do you want to tell them what exactly we did for this beat battle?
Yeah, sure. So
Premise.
it was a few weeks ago, I guess, maybe like right after the other one. But so we decided to send each other, like, write melodies, the main melodies for each other, and then send them, and then the other person has to make the full beat, everything else, do whatever they want to it out of that melody. And I think that was your idea, right, Alex?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we sent that over. Alex had a few more like filters and effects than I did. Mine was like the stripped back melody, and I sent it.
Nah, David gave me exactly what I wanted him to give me, a beautiful classic Dave Vision piano.
Okay, well, yeah,
Look at my
that's just
African American.
hey Trump. Okay,
All right.
anyway, freaking
I had to clarify that joke. Now we said that before we started recording,
right.
and that was it. I wasn't.
That was it.
Because
We're making-
because Cameron asked if I put it in my beat or something like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did
we're-
use clips. You will recognize these clips that I use.
okay.
Who?
It's
You
gonna be
talking to
dope.
us or in general?
Don't say. Don't say.
I'm talking to everybody.
Okay. Well, we
Uh,
should. I went first
David-
last time.
Yeah,
so
You went first last time. I'll go first this time.
Plus, Alex
It's
is like
titled.
in the chat first. So
Yeah, it's called "In the Clouds" because that's what David named it, and I kept it
Yeah.
because I love it.
nice. And we'll have to go. I guess 3, 2, 1, and then go on go. Right.
Yeah, I'll give a clean 3, 2, 1, and then we'll yeah, we can go on go.
All right.
All right.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my god.
is that what you sent him?
The piano. Yeah.
It is smooth.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. So funny to put that in there.
It sounds like that Mario Underground World from 64.
Blackout's cool. Well, you're starting to say.
Oh my god.
I'm bored with it. I'm bored with it. You're starting to say. There.
Oh! man. Oh! Yeah.
Oh!
Uh-huh.
Yeah! Keep using that.
Yeah. Oh.
Yo, this is a vibe!
Yeah.
was
Hey,
hard.
man, that's
I
like
love
my.
No, what did he say? I'm pissed.
I said, hey man, that's like my heritage. That clip. Oh my god.
If you couldn't tell, it was dedicated to David.
Wow, I appreciate that. That was dope.
That was like
Oh my
That was
god.
amazing. That was so fucking amazing.
So chill, so vibey. Oh my
I
god.
meant to
David's-
say like it from Super Mario 64. There's like a world where you go like in the ocean, I guess, and you find some sunken treasure and shit. But like the theme of that is so good, and it kind of reminds me of that.
Dang.
Yeah, Alex turned it all synthy and watery and nice. God dang. Yeah.
Last like 40 seconds when it builds up to like, and then it climaxes with all the sounds that you were using.
Great,
It's
man.
nice.
Super dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I
That
guess we
was
should
fun.
get into. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, we just going right to David.
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it.
We'll go on, go.
Y'all are like the same length. Paul.
Yeah, I know. It's funny.
hello.
If that doesn't make the intro, I swear to God.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's get it. Ooh.
Oh.
I'm assuming this is
Okay. Oh. Okay. The 808.
completely different.
I know, yeah, they're so different.
That's a crazy open hat right there.
Thank you.
Oh snap!
They can tell their kids that they were here on the last day.
This shit is crazy.
The last day.
Last day.
Last
Ooh, a
day.
little choir in the background.
Yeah.
That's a smooth quiet.
A little.
All right.
Dang.
That it? Okay, I didn't want to
That-
talk over sound. Like that.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it either.
They're literally the
That's
opposite.
super-
So,
That was dope as fuck.
That
Oh,
It
is-
sounded like a G in a beat.
I imagine that.
Super aggressive when it like the kick hits with like the open hat. It goes. Psst. It's just like
Yeah.
that hit hard.
thanks.
Woo.
I love that. Down, down, down,
Mm.
down, down.
with the build up and like the increase in the bass and stuff, I imagine that as being like in a movie when they're like loading up for the fucking climax, like final fight, like all the fucking expendables are like cocking their guns and like loading
right.
up and fucking making their bullets and like doing all this shit, like loading up the
Yeah.
explosives and
I like the way
it,
he built
it
up
sounded like a movie
because he started
track.
with the hat and then he hit with the snare and then a kick. But then when it really came in, it's the bass.
Got the 808s in there.
Yeah.
Oh, that was smooth, David. That was a smooth 808 you used right there.
Oh,
It's
I'm
hard to
glad.
believe you can fit all the
Yeah.
808s in one clip.
Yeah, I just had scenes.
And what
of,
was that
like,
clip? Well, yeah, what was that clip? The
The,
last day.
So, okay, funnily enough, that is what the full sentence she says there is they'll be able to tell their kids they were here for the last day of Astro World. It's from a Travis Scott thing, but I cut out that.
Yo,
I just want to make it so it's the last day, and then
That's dope.
yeah.
That's
did he
creative.
incorporate that in one of his songs?
I don't know. It said it's like a Travis Scott thing again. Like there was a certain pack that he used some stuff from, and basically just that. But I don't know if he used it.
All right. I see you,
Dope.
David.
They're both dope.
Thanks.
And then
Super hard
you added like a counter melody with the sitar. There's like a part where it went higher pitched. I noticed.
Yeah.
That was really
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to brought it high pitched and then dropped it down for. It's funny Cameron said the movie thing because that's like I was like, will this work for? I mean, someone could rap over it, but this kind of sounds like a movie soundtrack to me. But
Yeah, it was dope.
Yeah.
that's fine.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yo, it's
God
out.
dang.
Fuck.
So, man.
I don't even want to compare them because they're like not even comparable. Like
Yeah.
it was a lot easier to quote unquote battle last time we did it because y'all used the same sample.
Yeah.
Right.
But this one is kind of like it's like you said, like comparing apples to oranges is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed them both
Everything.
very thoroughly.
Dope.
Yeah, I'm glad. It's really fun to make them, and it challenges creatively. At least for me, I know. It's like different, like because I mean, he sent it to me. I heard it. I was like, "This is dope," but it's not something that I would make, or it's not something that he would make.
Mhm.
It's right off. So it's kind of like giving each other a different perspective in that sense.
Yeah.
And then explore.
Which did you guys prefer? Did you guys prefer giving each other the same sample or giving each other a different melody to work with?
It's hard.
I don't know. It's hard. It is hard because I mean, it's just like a collaboration of different ideas. Like we don't have to do the same thing every time. But I don't know which one I would prefer necessarily.
I enjoyed this one more.
This
'cause
one?
you get two literally different vibes.
Yeah, I think these ones turned out better, like for both of us, honestly.
think
And I enjoyed. I think I said it last time. Like sample chopping is a super. It's tricky and it's a whole art to itself, and I like it. But I sort of enjoy working with this melody more and stuff. So when I sent just the piano, and then Alex sent that one back and had the sitar, and then I had the dun 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 in it already. I was like, this is on.
Yeah,
I could already like.
that was definitely David for sure. You gotta deal
Dang.
with that one.
Yeah, that was dope. Yeah, I was able to make it dark and dramatic and
David likes the loud sound.
for
That's
sure.
good. That was good. Quite
Thanks.
enjoyed that.
Yeah.
All right. So I did want to talk my little topic at first.
hmm
I had to pull up the lyrics to see what like brought my brain around this because it was a really obscure thought. But I took my walk earlier and I was listening to the new Ty Dolla $ign album. And,
Okay.
It's called "Nothing Like Your Exes," the song that made me think of this topic, and the line is just "Tell by how you walk in that he don't dick you down." So I was like,
Okay.
it just made me start thinking about like my PP, right? So like I started thinking about my PP for a little bit, like not like no such shit, but I started thinking about my PP, and then
Okay.
it took my brain like teleported back to 6th grade. I was friends with this girl named, and should I bleep that name out? Like, should we just keep names like?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, the camera can bleep it out.
Yeah, well, I'll
Flag it.
all right.
just
yeah,
from
I'll
now
flag
on,
it.
you can refer
Can
to
you-
her from a different name.
Yeah.
I'm just
change
friends
the
with-
name.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was friends with this girl named Roxy when I was in 6th grade, and she was like one of my best friends at the time, and I was also talking to Taylor Darling, who you guys know as the ASMR chick.
We
But-
haven't dropped that on the podcast before. That's like a weirdly insane.
We haven't?
fact. No,
We'll talk about that.
We haven't.
talk about that
But
later.
Trevor was
Yeah.
childhood friends
I-
with massive YouTuber
I was
star
in
ASMR
love. I
darling.
was in love head over heels for this chick who is now like an ASMR queen.
Yeah,
So
she's like
Yeah.
Wait, what?
she's like
This is
top
the
3 in
first time I've heard
platform.
about that.
Yeah,
she's super big in the scene, but that's
Yeah,
Says
shout out.
ASMR.
Shout out Taylor Darling ASMR. Yeah.
Okay.
She's huge.
Yeah. Anyways, so I was like, I remember this one specific time when she was like, it was obviously a joke, but she looked at me like when I was walking one day, and I guess I like when I was younger, I walked with like I didn't have too much space in between my legs, and she's like, "Oh, you have a small pee because like the way you walk or something like that." And it just brought me to another time when I was in 6th grade. I was in the gym locker room and I was getting changed or whatever. We were like going to the gym or whatever, and it was like I think it was right after PE.
This is this girl Roxy that did this?
No, this is another day. I was kind of, I don't know. I was friends with nothing but girls when I was in 6th grade.
Yeah.
So like a lot of guys, they were jealous. So like they just kind of picked on me, and I was like super easy to pick on because I was really scrawny and small.
Content.
Yeah. So homie who like had a huge crush on Taylor at the time came up behind me and pantsed me, and my pee-pee fell out. And like for like half a second, like, and I pulled that shit back up. And like at the time, I'm so mad at myself for not popping off on that kid, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Because I was a complete pussy.
Yeah.
And,
I feel that.
he called me Millimeter Peter for like the rest of the year.
Okay.
So I just wanted to know like your guys' experiences with bullying.
Oh.
Because I got bullied. Like if you think about it, like that is
for
actual
sure.
bullying.
Yeah, that's messed up, honestly.
It was one of the very few times in my life that I can recount being bullied. I've never like been that kid that got picked on, but like that was like a highlight of my life for that.
For
so I just kind of wanted to like, spring it on you guys. Have you ever gotten bullied or?
I like this topic because it's just out of nowhere and we didn't know. I've gotten bullied, yeah. So people don't know, I went to a private school for like elementary school, and it was because we got a discount on tuition. But bullying is kind of weird. Like everyone knows each other. There was like my 4th grade class. It was like 9 people in like in a classroom, and it was like 4th, 5th, and 6th grade for like 1 year. It was like 9 people, but then it would like grow and shrink as people like left for public school or whatever, or came in. So it was bigger some years, but you know everyone like in the school for sure. And like it was like I feel like my first experience was like my friend in one of those grades who was like a year. I felt embarrassed because he was like a year younger than me, but everyone was taller than me when I was in elementary school and middle school for sure. And so we started I forget what happened, but I feel like I probably got angry at him. I was a super angry kid, but then he would just start like putting me in headlocks and stuff. And
wow.
Yeah, stuff like that. It was like somewhat physical altercations, and then his dad like brought me aside one day when he came to school, and he's like, "This beef needs to stop," or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, all right. It stopped. Yeah, and then I guess we were friends again after that. And then after that, not much. Just like high school, I was just sort of lame for the first couple of years. So I like someone threw an M&M at my head at lunch one day. But
wow, that's why you hate Eminem now.
What an origin story.
That is hilarious.
I will say the ironic thing right now is that I'm wearing the exact same gym shorts that I wore on that day.
Wow.
I'm
What?
wearing my Galaxy. Let me show you. I'm wearing my Galaxy. You see him?
Oh wow,
That is so
crazy.
funny.
That's crazy that they fit you.
Yeah, they were huge when I was a kid. Like
That's
I had
true.
the drawstring
They do be
maxed.
big.
So
You're right. You're right.
Max.
But I feel like I can speak to this a little bit. I had a few experiences, but bringing it back way back to my NYC days. When I went to
way back.
public school way back. I went to a public school in New York, and I was in kindergarten. I was a kindergartner when this happened, and it wasn't. I don't remember too much, but I just remember it was like various experiences. And now that I think about it, it's kind of messed up because it was like 5th graders picking on kindergartners. Like, what kind of
Damn.
school is that?
Sounds like anime.
But
Yeah,
I remember like the way the school was, there was like bathrooms in like its own separate section or whatever. So like I'd be in the bathroom, and then there was like another like kid in my class who was like using the bathroom, and like he was having trouble with his button on his jeans or whatever. And he's like, I need help with my button or whatever. And I didn't want to help him, but then I eventually did just like help him close the button because it's weird.
Yeah,
but we were
you
like,
gay.
yeah, but we kindergartners, bro.
Yeah.
And then like all the 5th graders are like, oh, he's gay. And then I didn't know what that meant,
Yeah.
so I'm just like crying. And
Oh damn,
yeah,
That's super messed
that's
up. Yeah.
rough.
just stuff like
Yeah.
that. Just stuff like that. A lot, and then there was like a time. It was like a point throughout the year where if I had to use the bathroom, like I'd have to have a teacher walk with me to the bathroom.
Damn. You get the
Yeah,
escort
that's-
service?
Yeah.
I don't think that's what that means.
I know.
Okay.
But yeah,
Jesus
definitely
Christ,
messed
dude.
up. Yeah,
Just stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
How about you?
assholes.
You got bullied.
Yeah.
Odd lobbies don't count.
What?
no.
It don't count.
College lobbies don't count. Yeah. So I went to Catholic school from kindergarten until 4th grade, and then after finishing 4th grade, I started 5th grade at a private school, which I guess I won't name.
Yeah, definitely.
But
Even though I named my middle school, but that's fine.
yeah,
It's public.
You could probably bleep that out.
yeah, we'll wrap that up after. So started there in 5th grade, and I think I've talked about it before about how like I was I talked about it I think in like our episode 0 about how video games like made me a friend in for when I went to that school for the first time. But yeah, so I was basically an outcast for all of like 5th grade and 6th grade, and I just I was just different basically because I did not come from their world. Like these are all kids whose parents are paying like full tuition and who's like have 6-figure jobs, and like some of them are just like trophy wives and like all this stuff like and so like I'm not from their world, so I was like just basically the out group, and so I got picked
You're a
on like
muggle.
that. I'm a muggle, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, I was like it was kind of like being like the wizard child of 2 muggles. Whatever.
Yeah, you're like Hermione.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, the one instance I remember was these 2 kids, and the one was the ringleader, and he finally left after like 6th grade or 7th grade or something like that, which was dope. But he like decided along with his like hench people that they
His
would
henchmen.
that since I thought I was so funny that they would laugh at everything I said in class. And so I would literally like give answers to questions, and they would like 3 of them would like laugh out loud and like ha 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 ha, and the teacher would do like nothing about it.
Dang, that's mad and annoying. Yeah.
So just like
Oof.
getting openly harassed in broad daylight. And they
In
were doing
broad
nothing
daylight.
about it.
Yeah.
The only time I was like actually physically bullied was hilarious, because it was a kid that I didn't find threatening at all, because he was like half the size of my brother, and my brother was like very physical with me when we were kids. I was actually like good at soccer at that time. That was like my peak of soccer was when I was probably when I was like 13, 14. I was like 11 at this point. And so we played soccer for sports that day, and I didn't pass to him because I like either had open lanes or had better options than him being like a dickhead because he fucking sucks. And so I didn't pass to him, and so we go through the process of like showering and changing and getting out of the gym and going back, changing buildings, going back to the classroom building, and going back to like get our books out of our lockers for our next class. And he like pins me up against the wall there. He's like, "You better fucking pass to me next time." And I'm like, "All right, dude, like fuck off." And he's like,
Chill out.
he's like, "Shut up." And he like goes back into the classroom, and I'm like, "What the fuck was that?" Like that was like I was maybe like not half his size, like more than that, but I was tiny compared to most of these kids. I was a very late bloomer, so
Dang.
I got fucked on in sports, but oh well.
I'm so fucking mad that I never decked that kid for that. Because like looking back on it, it's like I got
Yeah.
pantsed and I didn't do anything about it.
So that's
Yeah.
that's the moral of my story is like I was like such a good Christian boy coming out of that Catholic school. Like I was full in on the God train. I was like I'm gonna live my life sin free and go to heaven and like all this stuff.
Mhm.
And that's was my like day to day. And so I was like, yeah, these guys are just assholes. I just have to turn the other cheek, like be the better person, like all this stuff. When I should have just punched them in the fucking face.
Yeah.
Like-
That's when you could get away with it without going to jail.
Yeah.
As a kid. Yeah, standing up to bullies they do say, I mean, that's a good route a lot of the times if you can.
Yeah, I was too timid to like strike back for such a long time because I had been like conditioned like everything was fine. Because when I was at my little Catholic school in my class of like co-ed class of like 20 kids, like everyone was just nice to each other. Like it was just
Right.
it was everything was fine. I mean it started to get like a little weird towards the end, but that's not important. I'm getting
I was
off
always
the
taught
most
to, like-
ridiculous tangent ever, but yeah.
I was always taught to never throw the first punch.
Yeah, exactly. So it was
Yeah.
like it was such a transition for me to be like, everyone's nice to each other. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything. Like the golden rule, like treat everyone how you want to be treated. And then I like come up against all these rich assholes who think that like the world is their God-given right, and they're just like, oh, look at this. He thinks he's so smart. He thinks he's so nice. He's just here, like whatever. Like, because clothes were a big thing too. Because I just had like all hand-me-downs from my brother and like from other stuff like that. Ties, because we went in like suit jacket, tie, button-down shirt, khakis, belt, the whole 9 yards.
All the yucky stuff.
So like if you didn't have like obviously expensive stuff, that was a whole thing for kids too. So it was a super toxic environment.
Yeah.
And then
Nah, it's like once you realize that like if you look back on those people that like ever did any sort of bullying to you, look at their home life. Like 9 times out of 10, it was fucked. They didn't have a parent
Yeah.
around. The parents didn't care. It 9 times out of 10, even
That's-
almost 10 times. Like it's always to do with the family life.
It's exactly what happens when I've been a summer camp counselor for a while, and you can see exactly like the kids that get dropped off by nannies, get picked up late by nannies, or like get picked up super late by their mom or whatever. I had a kid like literally the mom forgot to like pick up the kid from camp one time. And it's like and this is one of the most like difficult campers. Like this is one of these kids that's like they don't listen, they don't sit, they're not patient, they do whatever, but it's because they like acting out gets them attention. And so that's usually bullying is a sign of an attempt to acquire control in situations outside of having no control in the home life. Usually that's like a more abusive household or a more entitled household. So
Yeah. If you're in school, you see people getting bullied, try to help them out, be friends
Be an
with
ally.
them. Yeah, stop the cycle, or even if someone has a bad home life and they're acting out, try to give them the same kind of love and stuff.
Well, speaking
Yeah.
of bullying, we're gonna talk about how these two electric duo bullies beats.
Okay, that's actually a freaking Killer Mike line on R2J3. Reminds
Oh my
me.
God.
Anyway,
bully the beats.
yeah, well, something like that. But okay, guys, we're freaking here.
We are
We
here.
said we are gonna listen to Run the Jewels 4,
2
and
weeks ago?
now, 2 weeks ago, I think.
When did you say it?
It was a couple weeks ago, yeah. And so,
2 weeks ago. We had quick turnaround.
yeah, all the boys have listened now. Trevor and I had already listened, but
Ah, you know the vibes.
you know the vibes. We're gonna review Run the Jewels 4 by Run the Jewels.
My man is wearing a Run the Jewels 2 shirt right now.
Run the Jewels
And
2
it's
shirt.
the hardest shirt I've ever seen in my life.
That's freaking good. Thank you.
So we
So-
love it here.
So-
let's just.
Before we do opening opinions, I wanted to ask you guys to do sort of a breakdown of who the 2 members
yeah.
of Run the Jewels are and their biography
quick
and their
one.
accomplishments and how you feel about them
Yeah.
individually and then as a group.
Yeah, so real quick, Run the Jewels is Killer Mike and LP. Killer Mike is an Atlanta-based rapper, been doing it since like the 2000s. He rapped with Outkast. He has a song with them. LP.
on,
Yeah, that's where I read.
he's on
That's where I heard him
Blueprint.
from. I knew he
He's
was
on
familiar.
Blueprint, too.
Okay.
LP is a shortening
wow.
of El Producto.
El Producto.
Yeah.
El Producto, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's LP is.
Killer Mike's on fucking popping tags.
Oh, okay. Yeah. LP is from Brooklyn, I believe, New York. He's actually been in the game since the '90s. He was in a group in the '90s, and then he's been producing for so long. He produces all the Run the Jewels music, and he also raps on all the Run the Jewels music. And it's basically just them, and then sometimes they have instrumentalists they collab with or whatever, or features.
The most
Like
unlikely duo.
Premiere, right?
Yeah, it's pretty dope. They teamed up in 2013. They like LP. They both worked on their each solo albums, and then they teamed up, and then they've been. What you mean? Yeah.
Oh, you cut out. What was
Yeah.
that?
Like Premiere.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I said
What's
you
happening?
said they were teaming up with instrumentalists, and I said like Premiere.
Yeah. Yeah, the DJ Premiere's featured on this one. Yeah. So yeah, they haven't put out anything solo since they teamed up, other than like featuring on stuff, because they just are such a good duo, and they have basically reached the high point of their careers. Like as Run the Jewels goes on, they get bigger, and it's like they're more powerful than ever.
They're underground kings.
Underground kings for sure, dude. So basically, yeah, we can go with that, and then you know.
I'm more curious about what Alex thinks. Because
one
Alex.
last thing.
Huh?
When did this album release?
This Run the Jewels 4 is early, June 6th, 2020.
2020.
So
6th. Okay.
This is their first album in 4 years.
yeah, it's like 3.5 years since Run the Jewels 3. It's their longest break, and it's crazy.
What Alex thinks.
Yeah, what was
I'm
your
very
impression,
curious.
Alex?
What's your impression?
I mean, so I've like you said, Killer Mike was on Outkast stuff. I've heard him before from that. I knew he was familiar when I was listening to it. I was like, who is where have I heard him? And then I did some research, and he was on Outkast. So like the whole world was the track he was on. So I enjoyed it for the most part, I would say. Every beat is pretty much. I don't think there's a single weak beat on there.
For sure.
To be quite honest, I mean, they all kind of go in on their own right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
They do talk about a lot of stuff. I gotta give them credit for that. They do go hard, and you have to like really realize what they're saying to even realize what they're actually saying. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can appreciate it.
It's like Scalder rap. Like you have to like actually pay attention and kind of like I was telling Cameron, like you could go line by line on every one of these songs, and they drop countless obscure references to things that you'd probably have no idea about.
Right.
Like dude, what are you saying? And then you click the line, and there's like a whole paragraph describing it. It's like, damn, dude, chill. Like,
yeah. It's great.
Although I died on the inside just a little bit from all of the freaking tracks are no uppercase letters. They don't believe in uppercase.
I fixed that shit. I fixed that shit on my iTunes. I was like, I ain't having this on my phone.
They are unruly. They did not pay attention to rules.
Fuck that.
That's
First
funny.
off, what the fucking law?
That's really funny, actually.
Yeah, definitely the production. LP is one of my favorite producers, actually. Probably top 5. I think he's amazing. He's complex, and then but every single Run the Jewels beat hits like hard as heck too. So
It's different. Yeah, there's not a single beat that is the same at all. None of them give the same vibes.
pretty much, yeah. Other than smacking you in the face. Yeah.
Cameron, how'd you feel about it?
So, I told you guys when we did this last time with the Jay-Z albums that you guys, if we wanted to do this, needed to start recommending some good albums.
Oh my god!
And you finally did it. Thank you so much.
Hey,
Thank you.
hey.
This one's actually good.
I'm honestly kind of surprised that you like it, because it's off the beaten path. It's
Oh,
not.
it's
I don't
so
think
aggressive.
it was.
I love it.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
figured-
it's something.
yeah.
And that's weird because you don't like aggressive music.
I don't like the screaming.
Yeah, you like
Okay.
the aggression in hip hop.
I
and
like
not
the aggression. I told you
Yeah.
that one band that you sent to me.
No,
That
but I
you're-
mean, I've shown you I remember showing you Nightmare, and there's no screaming in that, and you're like, eh.
Well, it
Just
depends.
genre
I'm
difference,
like,
I guess.
yeah, I'm like case by case, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyways,
But yeah,
I'm
man,
happy you like.
man was this
I
fucking
was,
album
I'm surprised
good.
that you do.
It's probably in my top 10
Wow.
Of what?
Of all
of
that you've listened
albums that I like. Yeah.
to. Wow. And he
I knew
leaves
you
the
would like.
fucking
I knew you
site.
freaking love this album. All right, frick this, dude. I knew you would love the freaking commentary.
And
I was pretty
top
sure you'd
10
like
out of
the skilled freaking rapping, and the beats are all banging. They're all like, you can get into them. They're accessible.
Yes.
Let's freaking go.
Let's go.
Yes.
I'm
It's,
hyped.
it is.
I'm a. What'd you-
it's
keep
like
going?
the beats are all fucking disgusting for the most part, and then it's like a circus act of different rapping styles and flows and stuff like that, and then it's also just like insanely dope social commentary and poetry.
Mm-hmm.
It's like everything up my alley. I'm great with this. I can talk about.
Yeah.
I wrote down. I copy and pasted a bunch of lyrics from a bunch of the different songs. I'm ready to go like, track by track.
I'm ready to do that after, like, I guess we can get Trevor and then my sort of general stuff, and then just real quick.
I enjoy the album like a motherfucker. I remember when I first heard "Ooh La La." I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't.
man.
Dude, I wasn't sold on that track at all because I'm a hook guy. So if the hook is trash or if I don't vibe with the hook, most of the time I'm not gonna like the track. So it took me
I'm
a
not
while
sold.
to listen to it. Huh?
I'm not sold on that hook.
I'm not either, but no, I mean
That's what
I
he's
am now,
saying.
but it definitely took.
I've heard it 3 times.
Yeah, it took a little bit to get to, but
Yeah, I grew on me the same. Yeah.
I was telling
I'll tell you
David,
what. Okay, yeah.
yeah, you fucker, it's my time. I had to talk.
Yeah.
Thing.
I was just because I wanted to talk about that particular track, but you can.
Well,
go.
yeah, we'll go into it.
We're gonna get
Yeah.
yeah.
So, goddamn. Oh, I was telling David, yeah, like every time I hear Goonies versus ET and Holy Kalamafuck, I'm like, my first instinct is that I don't like it because I don't like it sonically, and then like Holy Kalamafuck, like halfway through switches to the most mean beat I've ever heard in my life, and
Yes.
the verse on Goonies versus ET, the Killer Mike when he ends the song, that verse is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So like I end up liking it after it's played, but like when I first cut it on, I'm like, man, I don't like this. I don't vibe with it, and then it just progressively gets better. So
Yeah.
I have 2 skips on here, and it's Goonies and it's Never Look Back. Never Look Back is really meh to me, but
I don't have any skips, but I'm not super angry at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
it's kind of a there track. I couldn't even tell you what it's about, honestly.
I like it.
But
Well, yeah, we can get into it a little more.
for sure.
I don't want to give too much away, but I'll just say I've been listening to Run the Jewels. I got Run the Jewels 2 in like 2014, and then I went back to listen to the first one. And I didn't like vibe with them as much at first because I got into rap from like Eminem and Childish Gambino. So it's like they have super obvious punchlines like that. So when I was listening to rap, I was just waiting for the next punchline, and it was a super narrow way to do it. But so I didn't get it at first, but I came to love those albums. And then Run the Jewels 3, love it. So I've been listening for a while. And then this one, I thought I didn't like it. I didn't know where I placed it at first. I thought I didn't like it as much as 3 at first, but that is no longer the case. I very much like this album.
Is it your favorite by them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll let's just okay.
It's top 10 rap album of the year for sure. Not even close.
Let's get into because god dang, I want to talk about this so much. So Yankee and the Brave,
It's
hardest
the
opener
track.
ever.
Yeah, ever. Literally
Yeah.
ever. Dude,
So fucking cool, dude.
Snare with that machine gun snare that he got in there, dude. Oh my god.
I know. And then it kicks in with the heaviest freaking break beat I've ever heard. Just it's like Jesus God. It's all the aggression I need in the world. The title is dope because freaking New York and Atlanta, Yankee and the Brave. They're like a freaking duo. Oh my freaking God. I can't hype every time. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. their flows and rhyme schemes are just untouchable. And then they go into like joint storytelling for the second half and just
Yep.
like throw back and forth to each other.
Yep.
Dude, that fourth verse of Killer Mike when he's like, I got 1 round left, 100 cops outside.
Yeah.
He's like, and he commits suicide, but it's not suicide because he doesn't want to get killed by them. He's like, yo, I meant every word. I'm never gonna let them take me alive. That shit was so good.
I know, and
Yeah,
even
I wrote
LP
that down.
leads into it because he's like, immortality's out of bounds. It's a 1 round ride, and then Killer Mike, goes, I got 1 round left. 100
Yeah.
cops outside, and they have the best chemistry I've ever heard from a rap duo, in my opinion. They're freaking amazing.
Even more than M and Royce.
Yeah, anyone.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
easy.
All right.
Yeah, they call each other like brothers on this album, like
No,
so many
yeah,
times.
they're family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're family. For sure.
Oh my god.
I love
Yeah.
Rita, and in his response to that verse, I think it's LP is like, a line I found super funny was, I didn't get my degree in how to smoke weed till I'm blind, so you could ruin my high, like by dying, like.
I know, yeah. It's like you still owe me for the Nikes. You do not get to just die. Like run like you hungry, get the ass on a ride. Yeah, yeah. They're so funny. I
Super
appreciate their
fire-ass
sense of
opening,
humor a
yeah.
lot. Yeah.
My God.
Yeah. And then God damn.
We don't mean
that's
no
so-
harm, but we truly mean all the disrespect. That's like the
Oh,
That was
that's like
Yeah.
that's the pinnacle of this entire album.
that's their whole mantra, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so perfect.
it's so
Mantra.
great.
That's a good word for it.
They just punch you in the head and then you're like, well, all right.
That's
And then-
that's my personal favorite track on there.
I get it. It's top 5 on there, but we'll get into my favorites, I guess. All right, but yeah,
Going ooh la la, ah wee wee.
yeah. This is definitely the ooh la la threw me off at first, but
The beat
it's just
is
a lot
dope.
of fun. The
Oh,
beat
yeah.
is super dope. Yeah, it's classic boom bap. It's mad heavy.
When
like
Classic premiere.
I mean,
I don't
yeah,
know if you
LP
guys felt this way, but I don't know if you felt this way, but when I heard it, when I first heard it, the ooh la la, it sounded something like Old Dirty Bastard would do from the Wu-Tang Clan, and then they do reference
They reference it,
ODB
yeah.
yeah,
in the so they knew what they were going with that. But I respect them for paying that type of homage because that was like his style when I heard it. That's what it sounded like to me. But I don't think anybody could ever replicate that cadence.
yeah. I
almost.
think
So, like it didn't really work for me.
it's
wasn't-
a reference to Dwix or something by Gangstar. I could be wrong, but
Yeah, I think,
very
yeah,
nice.
I remember that.
yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, it could be. But
That too.
for me, it was like it felt like that was something that he would do.
I get it. Yeah, it's like this over the top, like crazy
Yeah.
cool thing that comes
It's
out
like,
of nowhere.
yeah, why is he called Old Dirty Bastard? It's because there ain't no father to his style, so you can't
It's
replicate
so
it.
true.
Jesus
Shut
Christ.
up.
You can't replicate his. I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, the hook growing to me, and that song is just like the simplest song on there probably, and it's just fun.
Yeah.
Like I love the flows that they come in with.
Dude.
There's a lot of good chemistry.
Before I forget, speaking of the flows, the Aubrey flow on
Yeah.
the first verse of LP. This is the same flow as the track from More Life called "Can't Have Everything."
Yeah,
It's like looking for M's, like I lost a friend, jump out of my bed, like what? That shit is cold, bruh.
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
god.
yeah. When Trevor pointed that out to me and showed me the Drake song, I said, "Ooh la la!" I texted him that.
Did he respond with ooh wee
yeah.
wee?
I don't
Oh,
think
wee
so.
wee.
Yeah, I don't think
That's hilarious. Oh, wee. Yeah, I love Killer Mike, the king and queen line. Like they're just so unapologetically like frick off. That's so good. But out of sight, we had another classic type beat coming in. Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I have written down. I said, then out of sight comes in, and the beat just starts going stupid.
for real.
It's retarded.
Yeah, I think LP used a sample of a DOC song or something. But
It's
Yep.
so
That's
fucking
like the
cool.
most-
Funky enough.
that's the most fun track to me. Yeah, they're just going back and forth and like
So too.
yeah,
Chains kills his feature.
yeah.
A
It's
lot of chains on there.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, I wrote down I laughed at a 2 Chainz bar. He's like, he goes, I get a text like, stay safe. Text back, I miss that pussy. Be home soon
Be
and
home,
can't
I
wait.
can't My favorite line on
It's like,
that
wow.
song is I buy a hot dog stand if I'm trying to be frank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my god.
2 Chainz is just hilarious.
Dude, he's awesome. Change is awesome.
It's funny.
Yeah, I never expected him on Run the Jewels, but it's so dope to have him. Like,
I wouldn't put it past him. He's on Prime too.
yeah, no, I guess that was the thing that sort of, changed my thinking. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that
super-
was surprising at the time, but when you hear
Yeah.
him on there, he's like a chameleon. He can kind of
Yeah.
fit pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, I
He's
really
versatile.
2 Chainz can seriously rap whenever he wants to. Yeah,
For
so,
sure.
Yeah,
Alright.
dude.
Before we get directly on top of it, I wanted to have David try to guess my favorite song.
Okay, I mean directly on top of it. I'm guessing.
Walking in the snow.
Is it that? If it's not that, then
David,
I think
guess.
I'm
Wrong.
Well, he said that. I'll say "Holy Kalama Fuck."
No, like give me your actual guess, not the one, not just to cover your
Walking
bases.
in the snow. I guess.
Yeah, you're correct. Okay.
Okay.
So I was right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Suck my ass.
I thought that at first too. Yeah.
I wanted you both to be able to be right. I didn't want you to
Yeah,
guess
no.
not what you were thinking because Trevor already took your guess or whatever.
No, that
Yeah.
shit is
So
hard.
anyway, yes, Walking in the Snow is my favorite,
So-
so we'll get to that.
Yeah. Now we're on one of my favorite songs, "Holy Kalama Frick," and
You just said
Yeah.
it.
I
2
know. I
seconds
did.
ago.
I know. I still feel weird when I cuss. Help me. But
Say it.
this song.
Say it.
He did say
Don't
it.
make him say it.
I already said it.
He
said
did
it.
say it.
All right. Holy
So-
Kalama Frick.
Yes, dude. This song, I love the first half, and Trevor doesn't like the first half that much, but it's just sweet swaggin', and it's heavy. And LP calls them the pyrotechnocrats, which is like literally a 1-word bar, which is super impressive. If you don't, you got. Let me look up so I get the right definition, just to be sure.
Where
But
is that his first or
What is
second?
that? Election by fire.
yeah, so a technocrat is someone who exerts political power through like technical expertise or whatever. So, and then combining that with the word pyrotechnics is like we exert political force through burning things down in a dope way, basically. So pyrotechnocrats.
Fire. It's fire.
Yeah, I got yeah, dude. And then as soon as you hear fire, it's
Yeah.
over, dude. That's
That's-
oh my freaking god,
that was a outrageously meaty beat switch.
dude.
Oh my
I've-
god.
I've watched reactions to this and stuff, and they're the exact same as mine. They're just like, just
Hey yo,
freaking-
1 for mayhem, 2 for mischief.
yeah, and I aim for the drones in your zoning district. What does it say? Hindenburg 'em, hit 'em, burn 'em.
Hindenburg 'em, get 'em,
Oh
burn 'em.
my god! Which, if you don't know, in 2012 on LP's last solo album, he has a song called "Drones Over Brooklyn," where he's predicting that the government is going to use drones to start taking people out, and then the next year they did that. So it's like full circle for him. He's like, literally take down the drones. This is not ethical.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I'm cool
That's
with
what-
drones, man. Don't use that shit.
Yeah, no,
Don't deliver my package. Pause to my door.
no, like drones
Wait,
to
what are you
kill,
talking like military
like-
drones or like
predator drones. Yeah, the government used a predator drone to kill like a U.S. citizen, like that year or
Oh.
A
something.
missile?
See,
Yeah.
like domestic stuff is not okay, but like I've seen drones where like military use drones where that's different though. We're talking.
Yeah, and it still has overseas. It still has a huge civilian death rate, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy that the government is using them domestically too. It's just casual violation of the Constitution and due process, but it is what it is. So that's that's kind of what Run the Jewels is about. They rebel against unjust things and they try to just fight for freedom, basically.
They're very anti-establishment.
Yes, for sure. But that, and then, okay, so back to this. That is LP's most braggadocious verse I've ever heard, and I've listened to 4 Run the Jewels albums and 1 solo album. When he starts talking about, like, plenty of these little goofs disappear and, like, pop up and disappear, and I'm still the next big thing, gotta hurt, oof, and it's, I
Yeah.
got more fire, and the sample comes back in. I freaking die.
There's a line like halfway in that verse where it's like, physicists say the DOI gets proof, the multiverse lives, I'm supposed to just lose. Dude, I
Yeah.
read that line, I was like, oh, boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
Do not underestimate LP. Isn't that's the same verse where he says,
That's the same
reality
verse what you
sucks
did.
dick, how's that for wisdom? Like
Yep.
that's his entire attitude if you listen to like
Lick
I'm
the
going
toes
to
back like delicious.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. That's the thing about this album. Every bar, like Trevor said, you can go into it and
Dude.
it's just cut down to the best stuff. And then Killer Mike comes in with the flow that is I was texting my sister this when she listened to the album. The flow that is the reason they invented hip hop, where he goes freaking the one
It's the
time in a
payback.
big
I'm
old
not gonna
south.
state that. Yeah. Oh
No,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
That time a
That
kid
flow.
with a
Ah,
big
yeah.
old mouth. Yeah, Lane Bryant's giving a big old house. And I say to a kid in a big old house, "Hey, bro, I love you. I want to marry Killer Mike. He has a wife. I will be his second."
You will be
married
the
partner.
bottom.
Yes,
You will
that's
be
fine.
the bottom for sure.
Bottom.
Yeah, and that production, like LP, he just throws things in there like random, like drum breakdowns, and then when Killer Mike's verse ends, he brings in those giant freaking synths, like the wah, wah, just like, oh
No,
my
he's crazy.
freaking god.
Lights.
Yeah, Mas Fuego. Yeah,
Okay.
he says that. Yeah, the sample. Yeah,
Yeah.
And then we
Super
move on to
dope.
my least favorite track on here, but
yeah,
that's fine.
I get it. The hook on this is probably my least favorite on Goonies versus
Yeah.
ET. But
The entire back half of
Maybe
Goonies
I-
versus
That was
ET
cool.
is
Give
absurd.
another chance to you.
what do you say, Cameron?
So the entire back half of Goonies versus ET is absurd.
Yeah, when the beat actually kicks in like halfway through each of their verses, it's nasty. It's just like, god dang.
Yeah.
LP's talking about climate change actually and robbing people in the same verse, which is a great thing about Run the Jewels. And then
That's great.
and
Gotta love climate change and robbery.
yes.
Like go hand in hand.
Uh-huh.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Killer Mike kills it, as freaking Trevor pointed
Dude,
out.
Right after the line when he's like, we accept the role of the villains because we've been villainized, and like everything after that is just like, Jesus.
Yeah. Like, get you celebrating the generator as a genocide. Like, me and my tribe, we on an iller vibe. Yeah,
Yep.
dude. So hard. Oh my
Heavy
god.
bill with a pocket full of treasury bills. Got a fire high temper, find it hard to chill.
His voice is so good. Oh my
No, it's
god.
awesome. He's
His
got
voice
such
is
a
fucking
thick
insanely
accent. It's
good.
awesome.
Yeah. God dang. Now, if no one has anything else to say, we can get into Cameron's favorite, another one of my top 3.
Nothing to say. Although I do love Goonies.
Let's go. It has like those 80s claps and stuff. It's nice. And then it comes in with
Yeah,
a
yeah.
yeah, I really like it. It grew on me like crazy.
I
Yeah.
wanted to say for Walking in the Snow, the chorus, I was just like perusing Genius earlier when I was listening to it for the last time, and like just got done walking in the snow. God damn, that motherfucking cold. That like it apparently it's a probable metaphor for how people of color have to navigate in a world replete with white privilege.
Oh.
Dude,
Okay.
it says it's stated by Gangsta Boo, a black woman who emphasizes that it is a cold world to walk in.
Wow. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
63% of the United States is white, so
I didn't think I could like this song more, but thanks for that.
That's a hard hook.
That hook is hard as fuck. It couldn't be
So-
any harder.
It's
like
so
a diamond.
hip hop. I know. God,
It's a diamond.
oh yeah.
Holy shit.
Let's just start at the beginning of this song. Though. Cameron, go off, King.
All right, so David, I actually want to hear you talk about it first.
All right.
God, someone just pick.
Well, LP, he catches my attention with the first verse when he says the Gitmo line.
Yep.
Like, when you think it don't get mo low, limbo still the sticks on flow. Like, he's just like, yeah, this whole world sucks.
Hungry for the truth, but you got screwed and drank the
guys-
Kool-Aid. There's a line, and it's
Yeah.
directly at the edge of a mass grave. That's their design, and then like the whole cage thing. And
All due
Yeah.
respect if getting spit on's how respect is not defined. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I was saying to Trevor, did I say this when we were already recording, or was this pre-pod? That I was like, I'm gonna struggle to talk about this because all I want to do is just read the lyrics.
Yep.
He says it so perfectly and overtly that it's like there's no like interpretation. He's just spitting clear facts. And
I'm
it's-
just trying
Yeah.
to like pick my favorite bars of each track, but
I mean, my favorite.
Just
my
the beauty
favorite
of the
was
way
the
it's
part
presented.
of like funny fact about a cage that never built for just one group. So when that cage is done with them and you're still poor, it'll come for you. And then right after that, a couple lines down is the pseudo Christians yelling different kids in prisons ain't a sin. Shit, if even one scrap of what Jesus taught connected, you'd feel different.
Yeah, that's
What
my
a
favorite
disingenuous
passage
way
on
to
it.
piss away existence. I don't get it. I'd say you lost your goddamn minds if y'all possessed one to begin with.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck, like let them have it. Jesus Christ.
That's the importance of this song. It's like you can focus on, well, they focus on specific issues, but it's like the general thing of
Hypocrisy.
when evil people or bad people, like people who don't care, get in power. In fact, like if you want to look at like political systems, fascism is kind of how it works. Is like you point out one group that everyone can attack, and as soon as they're done with, you go for the next one, and it's like it'll be the people that helped elect that person or put them in power. It's just like he's trying to let people understand like these people are not out for your best interest. Like, do not think that they're on your side. Like, criticize them and go against them in any way you possibly like can at every opportunity. Like you help to fuel the death machine that down the line will kill you too. It's just like perfect. I mean, that verse is so great that when Killer Mike's verse, it's like, how could it be any better?
I think Killer Mike's verse kills it. Like it's.
That's the thing. It's like better. It's like Killer Mike comes in. It's probably
They swap issues, and then oh my god, yeah, you're probably freest from ages 1 to 4. Around
the way
the
he
age of
slides
5,
on, yeah.
You're shipped away for your body to be stored. They promise education, but they really give you tests and scores. And they predict in prison population by who's scoring the lowest. And usually the lowest scores the poorest, and they look like me. And every day on evening news, they feed you fear for free. And you so numb, you watch the cops choke out a man like me.
Are you going to read the whole?
Until my voice goes from shriek to whisper, I can't breathe.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just like I got no words. I got no words other than what he has, and so I just read the fucking lyrics like a bot. Like I'm at a loss. You guys go.
I just love how he ties it with empathy and apathy, and it's.
Yeah, you've been robbed of your empathy. Like these are like
the most you give is a Twitter rant and call it a tragedy. Like that's pretty much a perfect summation of social media nowadays. Everyone gets a hashtag until they're no longer hot on it.
Yeah, and it's like it could be you. Like these are human beings that are killed and
brought to fame because of the horrible things that happened to them.
Yeah, and then and if you don't know, by the way, this verse was written in 2019. It wasn't even after George Floyd.
This was Eric Gardner.
Yep. So, and then George Floyd happened. The exact same thing happened. He said, "I can't breathe."
George Floyd died. Dude, he died like the week before this album came out.
It was in May, right?
It was like May 30th.
Late May. Yeah, we looked it up last time. Yeah. So people thought he like rewrote the verse for that, but it was already written because the stuff works like clockwork, basically.
It's the same thing, yeah. Because the same shit keeps happening. You don't have to change it.
Yeah. So they're trying to encourage changing it, and then the way he closed it out is perfect because all of us serve the same masters. All of us nothing but slaves. Never forgetting the story of Jesus the hero was killed by the state.
It's the hardest bar in the entire album.
Bro, that.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
the hardest bar in the entire fucking
album.
That
one was crazy.
Never forgetting the story of Jesus the hero was killed by the state.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I still think the Time Machine line with LP. I forget what song it's on, but I think that's my favorite part of the whole project. He says something about like, oh, let it be like Run the Jewels isn't amazing in the future. I'll turn my time machine back around and focus on that instead of killing Hitler or something like that.
I like that, but all right, fair play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one hit me pretty hard just because you're talking about. I mean, when you're talking about Jesus and his story, it's like, yeah, he was. I mean, he was like he's an innocent dude, and he's still hated by people, and they still killed him his own people. So
Yeah, that's like people
the
bring up.
correlation was great. I liked how they incorporated that aspect.
Definitely, it's like you said, it's always remember like people who come out on the side of love and sort of progressing things, I guess, and building a better world almost always get killed. Like people talk about, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. Like if people say racism ended with the Civil Rights Act in 1964, and then Martin Luther King is assassinated in 1968. So what does that tell you? But yeah, basically that thing.
It's a pretty great intro to the next track because look at all these slave masters posing on your dog.
Okay, yeah. So like on Walking in the Snow, they come back in and just sort of go hard, and then just starts, and it's a freaking banger and a half, dude.
Yeah, this wasn't produced by Pharrell. This is LP too.
Yeah, he produces everything, even Ooh La La. Like DJ Premier just did the scratching, so like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it was him.
Yeah, this has like such a bounce to it.
Yeah.
It's super infectious, and like
Yeah.
the way they use Pharrell's yeah. That shit is so hard.
Vocal chops. It's super bouncy. The heavy 808s.
Yep.
There's
Dude, this song in particular, now that I'm thinking about it, I was listening to it in the car when I was driving yesterday. I was like, oh my god, the bass is so fucking heavy. It's ridiculous, bruh.
yeah, for sure. LP does
so
not skimp on it.
offensive.
Yeah,
Damn.
just ridiculous. And it's probably my favorite hook on the album. It's so catchy. Or I don't know. Walking in the Snow just happened, so
Yeah,
never
no,
mind.
Walking the Snow's better. Yeah,
But
no, I'm
it's
with you on it.
nasty. But Killer Mike comes in like really simple and bouncy, but then like builds up, and then the song is like about the economic system basically, and how it like flaws in it or the way it's designed, whichever way you want to look at it, produces tragedy. Because in LP's verse, he says, "Try to sell a pack of smokes, get killed for it. Hey, it's not a mistake. Or it's not an anomaly. Hey, it's just money."
Yeah.
Like when you think about Eric Garner, like literally trying to sell loose cigarettes and then killed for that. It's like, yeah, a lot of the job of the state enforcing stuff is just protecting like property and stuff like that.
You mean to tell me that wasn't justified? That because he
Yeah,
was breaking the law, he shouldn't have died? Come on, man.
Yeah, right, yeah. So
Beep beep, Richie. This is New York City, the X on the map where the pain keep hitting. Just us ducks here sitting, where murderous chokehold cops still earning a living.
yeah,
Whoa. Before we get into like that heavy stuff, he says beep beep Richie.
yeah.
Beep beep,
I didn't
Richie.
even realize that, man.
What's that from?
It's
That
from
sounds like
It.
it's from it. It's it.
Oh, wow.
Beep Georgie. Doesn't he say Georgie? Oh, no, he says Richie. He does say
No, he
Richie.
says Richie because Richie is one of
He says
the
Richie.
yeah
One of the characters. Yeah, I thought it was Georgie, but yeah, beep beep Richie. Yeah.
That's hilarious. I didn't realize it. One of my favorite lines on this is the dugout line,
Yes.
just when you're base, roll
Yes.
a grenade in your dugout.
Oh my god, man! I remember texting you that too. I was like,
I know.
bruh.
But another one, which is at freaking Trevor's point of the under the radar references, is he says, where the frick is it? Oh yeah, hand on my heart and my mind on my drugs. Got a Vonnegut punch for your Atlas shrug.
I don't
So
know what that means at all. So you
right. So okay, Kurt Vonnegut is like a science fiction writer who's like I haven't read his book, so I'm nowhere close to an expert. But basically, I think he critiques like modern stuff, and he writes about dystopias and stuff. So he's sort of on their side of things. So Vonnegut Punch, which is also a bar, but Atlas Shrugged is a book written by this author known as Ayn Rand, who she's like politically involved, and her whole philosophy is like be selfish. It is the moral thing to be selfish and not care about others. And that's like Atlas Shrugged tries to justify that and that kind of thing, which I basically just think, personally, I just think she's evil and she's a scumbag. But that's
shout out to you.
Yeah, he's talking about the competing philosophies. Like, get the freaking Atlas Shrugged garbage out of here. I got a Vonnegut punch for your Atlas Shrugged. And it's like, all right, bro, you're smart. You read books. So
That's actually insane.
it's, yeah, and
Lord Sweet Buddha, please make me numb. How
yeah,
many fucking 420 weed bars they have in this album? It's
I
crazy.
know they are heavy drug.
They're super potheads for sure.
I mean, they released a line of weed called Ooh La La after this album. Like they literally sell weed officially now. So
That's funny.
what can
I
you
mean,
do?
every 420 that like it can be. It's not even that it's 420. It'll just be 4:20 p.m. and Killer Mike will just post on Instagram his gun and his fucking weed and his wallet and his
Like happy 420. Yeah. Like,
Oh
so
my
many days. So funny.
Uh,
Song is nasty though. It's like
Marijuana.
top.
and it's
Yeah.
got the Rage Against the Machine front head. Or front man.
Oh, Zach Diller.
Black Stick De La Rocha.
God dang.
2020.
2020.
Front to back.
I was telling Trevor he
Dude.
comes in like a boxer on this freaking thing,
Oh
just
my
bobbing
God.
and weaving. So nasty.
You want to talk about flows? It's not that he uses the flow scheme for the whole verse, but the part where he's like, let me try and find who convinced you could move against the crew in this. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, man, that shit is filthy.
Zach De La Rocha can spit. And
Yes, he can, brother.
Oh
Hey,
wait,
yeah.
I just
reason
remembered
why-
one thing. I remembered something.
There's a
Yeah.
Before I
reason why
forget.
Rage Against the Machine was so popular.
for sure.
I don't remember the song, but what was the song? It was like a kind of like a skit at the end where it's like the chick says like one of them white and one of them black. So
Oh.
if you don't like them, you automatically racist.
Yeah.
They cheated.
Yeah.
Yeah, they cheated.
Walking in the
Never look
snow.
back.
Is that
Yeah,
it? Was-
Yeah, walking in the snow. Yeah. It's
I remember laughing at that. That was
It
funny.
was funny as fuck, man.
so
They
funny.
cheat. You
They
automatically racist.
God dang. So kills it. Banger of a song.
Just is great.
Yeah.
Never
So
Look Back is
Never Look Back. I like Never Look Back a lot personally. It's like it's probably one of the calmest moments on the album. It's pretty low key, but they talk about some real stuff like advice they
Yeah.
got and like never look back, never stare at a ghost, like certain advice they took from their parents and stuff they had to question even from their parents.
Yeah,
I like the woo that comes in on the beat. Yeah.
It's interesting because the song is called "Never Look Back" and they keep on saying "Never Look Back," but it's all the song is all about memories they have of their past, of like them recalling like when they were told like all this advice and stuff like that. So it's them looking back, saying "Never look back."
Yeah.
do as I say.
But they
none of
go
them do.
the best part on here for me was the "Never look back, you'll only get bitter. If you get bitter, you'll never get better. Never get better, you'll never get bigger. Never get bigger, you'll never make cheddar."
Yeah.
Yeah.
People will be cool on that. That's dope. Yeah. Gunmar can say stuff super potent in sort of a simple way sometimes. I mean they both can, I guess, but it just hits you.
That's a good way to put it.
Tell
Yeah.
the truth, fella. You were never really special. You were just a lame dude with a hit record.
Well, sure, we here forever. Yeah. It's nice, man. I like that. And then it goes into my least favorite track personally.
Are you kidding me? You're dude.
I'm serious though.
You are joking. Go get
The
my
ground-
water bottle that I just threw. Dude, this has like one of the best beats on here.
That's
Period.
super
So
arguable.
period T.
Look,
It's
This
got
is
the
the thing.
biggest bounce on the whole fucking project.
super not
Period.
true. Just as,
Dude.
no.
Oh my god.
Look, The Ground Below is honestly good. I still like this song because that's how great this
That's my
album is.
least favorite.
It's just my least favorite. It's like a 7 out of 10
Wow.
song for me.
Wow. I'm surprised. I thought you were. Wow. Okay. All right.
LP probably has my least favorite verse on the album here. It's not bad by any means, but it's just, I mean, it has your favorite line, funnily enough, which is sort of an okay line for me.
You see a future where Run the Jewels ain't the shit. Cancel my Hitler killing trip. Turn the time machine back around a century.
It's funny. Yeah, I get it. I mean, Killer Mike goes hard as frick. Like, the God Killer is Tokyo when I'm Godzilla.
Dang.
Last temptation of Mike, but I'm a God figure. Just screaming at the demon up at the car dealer. Like, his delivery is just unbelievable. Freaking, I'm a moral man, but I'm
But
whatever.
I'm moral in my perversiveness, so I support
Yeah.
the sex workers, unionize in the services.
Shut up. For real. Yeah.
Shout out Alex's escort.
Okay.
Not funny,
Yeah.
didn't laugh.
Not funny, didn't laugh. Yeah, that's
Not
dope. Though.
funny.
I mean, it's hard. It doesn't have a hook I love. I don't like the rock-inspired beat
You don't
that
like the
much.
hook?
It's okay. You say you don't. I guess it's all right. I feel like
I guess then I'm gonna be okay.
So I know why this is Trevor's favorite song on the album.
Okay.
It's not my favorite song.
It's because it has the bar, "I give an inch to you, simps. I'll never forgive me."
Yeah.
And Trevor's favorite
Does
word
he
is
say
simp. Yeah, he says
Yeah,
simp.
LP.
Not.
Yeah.
I've said simp more times than I can count, unfortunately.
On this
Just-
podcast,
no,
most.
yeah, just because
Such a-
of that fucking show.
Yeah.
Fuck Tower of God.
Hey.
So much simp, you'd be a Simpson.
You are a Simpson, my friend.
God.
Oh my god. This song's hard though. I like it a lot,
No, yeah.
I am
you
a
are
child
crazy.
of the simp.
but it's my least favorite.
There's a grenade in my heart. and the
Next
pain
song
in my heart.
is another top 5. Pulling the Pin is super freaking dope. It has one of my favorite LP verses probably. There's definitely stuff I'm gonna be reading.
Okay.
Freaking first of all, the chorus is beautiful, soulful, heart-wrenching.
Yep.
And she goes ham, Mavis Staples.
Yep.
But this song is to me about like it sounded conspiratorial at first, but then I realized it's just like a general statement on like if you don't pay attention to who's in power, like evil, like legitimately evil people will just get in power like all the time. Like it's happened throughout history like so many times if you look at feudalism and stuff like that. And nowadays like don't underestimate like just straight up bad people who are in it for money and power. That's like, so LP's like from a long line of the rancidest swine came the violators, the cloven foot designers of high crime for the Iron Ages. Oh my god, it's just nasty. And then he talks about like, well, what a wretched state of danger we've made here, I thought to me, perhaps explaining years of self-lobotomy toxically, perhaps explaining tears and even tears in my cosmology. You numb yourself for years and it can wear upon you honestly. The thing about LP is he's so poetic and obscure sometimes that you don't realize he's real talking like crazy. He's like a lot of his stuff is about how he uses drugs to escape the world, and then this one he's like, honestly, it wears on me, like it's not that healthy, and I'm just sort of explaining it away by how messed up the world is, which is true, but like I'm sort of doing this here. And like the freaking Eat Your Heart Out fiction fan, truly the truth, a stranger document. Like, god dang. Yeah, actually, oh my god, freaking.
Hello, Void, long-time watcher, first-time
Yep.
calling.
I was
That
literally
dude,
gonna read.
Yeah, that line is crazy.
That is so insane. Like
Here
the
we
call
are
of the
again.
void. Yeah, it's a moment in history back to haunt us. Oh my god, it's so like it's the slowest song in the album, but that verse just gets me every time. And then, oh
His
my
intonation
god,
on it as well. The way he says the line is incredible.
Uh huh.
Like he's actually
Yeah.
on a phone
Yeah, it does
call.
kind of slow down.
Which
yeah.
part?
Just
Which part?
with the slowing down.
Yeah.
Just the song, right? He's and his intonation
Oh, I
and
thought
stuff.
you guys said something that LP had said that you guys liked. Specifically,
Just the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. It gives me goosebumps for sure.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. And it's written like it could be in a novel, like LP's verse. That's what I like. And then he sort of Killer Mike just goes ham, sort of not in a typical way, but like he's also poetic and stuff. He's talking about being suicidal, and then like then just like fighting against the like he almost has the glimmer of hope that LP doesn't have, where he's like, I'll cut off their heads, they'll beg for their life, and I'll put it up digital. Fuck the political, the mission is spiritual. Murderous miracle, I was sent here to just punish the terrible. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
They play off each other because he just
Yeah.
like, I'm just like, all right, LP, I'm depressed too, but we're gonna freaking fight like the scum that have like gained power and across the world and like in the country and stuff. And it's just super. It hits me so hard. It's so like this album. freaking touched on so many feelings I was having at the time and still am, and lines up with my worldview so much and like influenced my worldview, even though it's only been months. But
That's been
it's
out
crazy.
long enough to warp
Yeah.
your mind view.
Yeah, to a degree. And then also, I just want to note, I love when choruses like are different and then they come back, because like she comes back in and goes static in my mind.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I love it. It's so beautiful to me.
No,
though.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, it's just such an
It's done
organic,
right, like-
yeah,
Dope.
organic nature. Well, I mean,
I think the last track is. I don't give it enough praise.
it's a top 3 track on here for me
Yeah,
too.
I don't give it enough praise because every time I hear it, I'm just like, holy shit.
Every time I hear it, my face scrunches up, and I get I get that feeling in my stomach where I go,
Dude.
"Oh my god!"
And it's like it's not even like that the beat is crazy or anything because it's not. It's like it's just
No.
like a little bounce, like boom, 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 and it's like
Yeah.
constant. It's like I don't even think there's a snare on here at all.
Right.
But, damn, dude,
To have-
that second killer or that second verse from Mike, not the second verse from Mike, but like the second verse of the song.
Oh
Like
yeah.
talking about how he lost his mother on a plane and she moved to a different plane, and how his wife needs someone there and not like another junkie. And dude,
Yeah.
it's
I gotta pull this one up too. He says like people saying you could be another Martin, you could be another Malcolm, but my something like my wife saying
I
like,
need a husband more than the world need another martyr.
yep, insane. Like the way they talk about their hardship, and like LP is saying like, maybe, you know, I think he's talking about his wife, how it's like, I love you, it's my only grace, like find sort of comfort in that. And then they just both talk about how the hardship has made them better money runners. It's like, yeah.
I love
And-
that second line of LP's second verse with like, "This is for my sister Sarah, honey. I'm so sorry you were hurt. I guess she
Yeah.
got raped."
Oh really?
Yeah. So,
Hmm.
this is just for like this is like the song of the disenfranchised.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And then LP goes hard, like he's like, when you're surrounded by the fog, treading water in the ice cold dark, when they get you feeling like a fox running from another pack of dogs, put the pistol and the fist up in the air, we are there, swear to God. They're so inspirational. You can just tell they're so genuine with it, and they've become like a symbol. Like their symbol has become like so huge in a way.
Yeah,
And
we
then-
were doing it before we started recording.
Yeah, and
throw that rock up.
yeah, Killer Mike's second verse is so freaking
Beautiful.
hard.
Beautiful.
You quoting it was perfect.
Yes.
I love how he says every time he says this line where he's like, black and beautiful, the world broke my mama heart and she died an addict. God bless me to redeemer in my thoughts, words, and my actions. Satisfaction for the devil. God damn it, you never ever have it. I literally, every time that comes on, I can't stop myself. I go, I just,
That's how I feel when that is his last line with the
I
firing
do it
squad.
I know. I feel that way for the
Fucking
last
two.
one. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. Oh my
because I picture him
God.
just like on death row, like in front of some, like a line of people that are about to shoot him for what he did or something like that, and
Yeah,
it's hard.
I know. I Anthony Fantano, I think his review, he was saying how like this could be interpreted as their last words to like an execution squad.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing, yeah, for sure. And that's what it's called. A few words for the firing squad, radiation. But
I wanted to say
yeah.
a few
Mhm.
words for the firing squad is the hardest closing track name of all time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like when it's about, like, when it's supposed to be, you know, parallelly read or whatever as like about their, you know, Yankee and the Brave, like partners in crime kind of a thing, like on the run from the law. And they summate that like after it's like, this is the story of Yankee and the Brave, like framed by
I
cops
love
and
that
on the run for the law.
that last
That
outro.
Yankee and the
Yeah.
Brave, 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 brave,
So cool.
brave.
After that nasty sax climax, come
Yo,
out.
the sax solo was crazy.
It stops and then comes back in,
Yeah.
just sounding like an angry elephant. You're just like, oh my God.
But yeah, so that
Oh
makes this like the most like reflective track possible. It's like any last words. It's like
Mhm.
if you could summate like your feelings about yourself and your situation and your life and your relationships, all in all, and like say what you want to say before you die, what would it be? And this is it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
Go hard.
6 minutes.
The
last like minute and a half, I think, are just like the outro. But
apparently,
so like 4.5 minutes.
ASAP Ferg is on the outro.
Oh, really?
He helped sing with the guy Matt Sweeney.
That's
Of
hilarious.
the Yankee the Brave part, and he's the
That's
one that
so-
says the brave, brave, brave.
That's
It's
so random.
Yeah, it's super random.
Oh my god.
But
I never expect it. So, in
Yeah.
summation, go hard. Last words of this firing squad was "fuck you too."
hey,
Hello, delivery.
yeah,
Hardest line freaking ever. That's what Run the Jewels is all about.
All right.
Oh man.
God dang.
I'll tell you what though, it's really fun for me to hear David so passionate.
yeah. Very few
Yeah.
albums get this like this for him.
Yeah, I think we should talk about. I mean, just sum it up and sort of give our scores, I guess.
I give it an 8.75. I give it a
Okay.
solid 8.75.
Very,
The
very
two tracks that I'm not really that big on kind of bring it down for me, but everything else is pretty much flawless for me. So
That's awesome. That's a high score.
yeah, and it's quick. It's to the point. It doesn't ruin like no song stays on too long to ruin it. Like it's
Yeah.
even Never Look Back. Even like it's less than 3 minutes long. So it's like I might as well listen to it anyway. You know, because it's
Yeah.
so quick.
You were
Doesn't
saying-
overstay its welcome.
You were saying how this album like made you an actual fan of theirs,
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
and stuff.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, you talked about them for years. Like I've known about them since like 2015, 2016, whenever
Yeah.
RTJ3 came out, and you were like praising its goodness, and I'm like, I listened to it a couple times, but like I had those older ears, you know, not like the more refined ears that I do now. So
Totally.
yeah, and I hate that because now I have to go back and listen to every album that I was like meh about just to confirm.
I know. Yeah.
No, I've been a very passive fan, so this was the album that changed that.
Awesome. Alex, I guess.
We summed it up pretty well. I think I enjoyed it a lot. Although I feel kind of inadequate to like give it a proper ranking, so I don't know. You might have to come back to me.
Okay. I mean, if you don't, that's totally fine. If you listen to it 3 times, I totally respect that.
For sure.
I've had way more time, or Trevor and I have had way more time with it. Cameron, what about you?
So if I had to rate in whole numbers, like only 8, 9, 10, whatever, no decimals, I would give it a 10 over giving it a 9.
Oh man, let's go.
In decimals, I'd give it a 9.5.
9.5.
I like
Yeah,
decimals over non-decimals.
I like the fine stuff.
Yeah.
The whatever.
I'd give it a
I'm
9.5.
gonna kiss you when I see you, Cameron.
Mwah. Mwah.
No COVID
David,
after
is this a 10 for you?
So let me give my final thoughts.
I don't think it is.
Right. So I've listened to this album since June when it came out, and actually for this I was sort of already doing this. I went back and listened to every one of their albums because I'm a nut. I mean, that's not that nutty. I'm just a big fan.
you're
But
not.
yeah.
You're enough
I
for
can-
listening to music.
Yeah. Hey, bro. I suck. I'm crazy.
I'd suck nuts.
I can just get like RTJ 1 is super solid. I give it a 7.5. Great album, honestly. Super dope. RTJ 2, I love. 8 out of 10. RTJ 3 is, I've been saying this, is like one of my favorite hip hop albums ever. Like from the time, like still, when I listened to it again, I just got so hyped. It's so banging. And it has masterpieces on there, in my opinion. RTJ 3 is a 9 out of 10 for me. So I said this at the beginning when I heard this album. I was like, well, it's definitely not better than RTJ 3. It's sort of them taking a detour for 4. It's fine. Like the trilogy finished and whatever they want to do, okay. But the more and more I listened to it, the more I realized I like this more than RTJ 3 as my favorite album by them. And it, like I said, it hits home in so many ways. It's real talk, personal. It just goes harder than a lot of stuff. The commentary is so on point. There's like, you could just read into it, and they're really teaching you some stuff, I think. Beats are banging.
Beats are
Everything.
super banging. They
So
are fat, as the kids would say.
they certainly are.
EH.
So this is the 6th album I've ever heard that I'll give a 10 out of 10 to.
Hey. All right.
Yeah,
Alright.
this is a 10 out of 10
Nice,
for me.
nice.
This is one of my favorite albums of all time.
Damn.
it's-
Okay.
Been out for a few months. And I don't say it lately. All of my other 10s, it was like at least 2 years after I heard the album, I was like, that's probably a 10 or something. Like, I always like, wait. And this is just, I tried to...
Can I try and guess your 10s?
Unless we want to do some list in the future, but you can try to guess.
I obviously I think To Pimp a Butterfly's on there, right?
Yep.
Is Good Kid on there?
Good Kid, Mad City. Yep.
Is on there. So 2 from Kendrick, which is crazy.
Yeah,
Damn is
it's my
definitely
favorite.
not on there.
Right.
Nightmare is on there.
Yeah.
Nightmare's on there.
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay,
Prime.
2 more.
Prime.
Yeah.
Prime one. Okay. Wait. Chill out. Nah, chill out though. Is it Sturgill?
No.
No!
But no.
Wait. Damn,
You're
man.
wrong.
Is it Eminem show?
Yeah.
We
you got it.
We lit.
Damn.
We
Remember that? Me
lit.
too. God damn.
Nah, I fucking love David, man.
Hey.
That is insane.
That's how we get it.
That's
That's
yeah,
how
insane.
we
man.
get it, baby.
My
Shit.
That's love right there. Let's go, boy.
Sir. Was it how you do it?
Well
yeah,
done,
yeah,
well
we
done.
lit.
Dope. I swear to God. Yeah. This is a mind-blowingly great album to me.
Dope.
Album of the year easily for me.
Wow.
We'll see. I mean, yeah, so there you go. One of my favorite albums of all time. I would recommend it to anyone. It's not like Trevor, yeah, it's not like the most mainstream entry-level album, but if you can tune your ears to what they're doing, it's like so worth it.
It's so rewarding. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's definitely abrasive. It's probably nothing like you've ever heard, unless you like hardcore hip hop. Maybe you might get into it, but it might take you a few listens. I did want to throw out another album recommendation. I've been wanting to do this where like we listen to an album where none of us have heard it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you guys have you guys listened to Justin Timberlake?
Yes.
No.
Have you heard?
Not in his entirety. Not like his discog.
Have you heard?
But I've heard.
Alex,
Justin
have you
Timberlake.
heard Future Sex Love Sounds?
I'm not familiar. I'm like a passive JT listener. I don't
So
know.
you like the
I'm
singles?
not. Yeah, you could say.
Okay,
Alright.
so you've never like dove into an album?
Nah, not really.
I want us to listen to Future Sex Love Sounds.
Is that like his classic or something?
That's his classic. That's
Oh,
his
dope.
2006 one with Sexy Back on there. It's got What Goes Around on there.
Oh, I'm super down.
Yeah, I've been wanting to listen to this album for fucking ever.
I don't know for that.
Have
Okay,
you never listened
we'll
to
do
it?
I've
Yeah.
never listened to it. I've only heard What Goes Around and Sexy Back, like every other fucking
Interesting.
person.
Yeah.
It'd be when we were all going into blind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like poppy R&B shit. It's his classic,
Yeah.
apparently. So let's do it. Let's
Dope.
do it. Justin
Yeah.
Timberlake. We'll do that.
Hype for the future. Let's go, guys. Yeah.
Okay, dope.
We'll have
Well, thank
Demon Slayer
oh.
next. We'll have Demon Slayer next week, hopefully. As long
Demon
as
Slayer next week.
on
Yeah,
episode
dude.
5 right now.
A lot of stuff to look forward to. Maybe might be talking about politics on the pod again somewhat soon.
We might.
Got Halloween coming up. We'll do
We're
some
gonna get
stuff for
Rocio
that.
on here next week for Halloween.
Nice.
And for Demon
do you-
Slayer?
Dope.
Maybe I can get her to watch it. Who knows? All right, so Demon
Good.
Slayer in the future.
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake classic album. We'll do some R&B and some pop now instead of some rap. We'll go back to rap later, but
Yeah.
I wanted to do something like this.
Expanding our horizons. That's what Unboxing Life is all about.
Sure.
Cool.
So we really seriously appreciate everyone listening. This is a special episode for me. It's
Yeah.
with the Run the Jewels.
He's
4.
wearing the Run the Jewels 2 shirt right now. So
Yeah, I mean, I
it's
figured. I mean, come on, man. Yeah.
definitely is.
So
Come on now.
yeah, we appreciate everybody.
Hot beat. His own creation.
True, yeah. And
This is definitely a longer one, but hopefully you guys stay
It's
to
a
the
very
end.
long one.
we weren't even planning on it, yeah. So let's get it, everybody. Yeah, like it, leave a like if you liked it. Whatever, all that YouTube stuff
All
too.
that good bullshit
Or
that you
ring
guys
me.
don't want to do.
Yeah, whatever it is. So it's been super real, everybody. We are here for you. We are freaking going ham.
We are
And-
outta here.
We're having fun. So anyway, see you next week. It's been real. Peace.
All right, I love you all.
Adios.
Peace out, baby.